What's up, dirty
Holy
dog?
shit, dude! I look like I'm in prison.
Oh, you actually kind of do. I love your orange jumpsuit.
Yeah, I got the orange. Well, I could go topless, but
There you go.
yeah, that would be even worse probably.
Most likely.
So
Most likely.
you put up your little survey to see what people wanted us to talk about. What you end up with? Anything good? Anything going on people want to
Oh,
talk about?
yeah, man. There's some stuff going on that, it was brought up at least once. Uh, Mainly, people want to talk about what's going to happen with Area 3, also the presidential election. And then,
What's going on? There's something
oh,
going on there.
yeah, yeah. I
I thought did
guess.
somebody ask about 18th century Mongolian poetry?
Yeah, 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 yeah. Also, favorite Def Leppard song.
Mm, I'm
Um,
not a I'm not a music guy in that way. Like I can't remember people's names when I meet them face to face, let alone trying to remember musicians. So
yeah, yeah, I'm right there with you. But basically, the majority of people wanted to know what happens with Area 3. Now, I guess something about, and I'm very unfamiliar. Um, Area 3, the area director, is it called an area director?
uh-huh, yeah, one of those
Okay,
guys.
I guess he took a job, um, and
Well,
quit,
he did.
resigned. Something about he was also going to run for president.
He
Um,
was he was making a go at it, yeah.
yeah, 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 and was kind of favorited. I guess you would
Uh,
say by a lot of people to win. I
well,
mean, he had the momentum. I guess you would say.
so I've been so I make it a point not to tell people my views, right? Like I feel responsible enough that I have a huge amount of people that actually like see what I'm doing, and I
They
don't want to
do.
make
You
my
do
right, and I don't want to make my page about what my point of view is because
Yeah,
I make fun of everything and everybody,
equally.
and
Yeah,
it as much as possible equally. Some people are easier targets than others, but
like me.
like, you're an easy target. Holy shit. But yeah, so I generally don't. But I sit around and people ask questions, and I hear other people answering them. And generally, it was coming down to two individuals, and Matt was there, and then Matt pulled his triple decker there, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you're a lot more informed than I am, I'm sure. Um, so
unfortunately, so
so
it's one of those like
do you feel like
catch
talking
twenty
about it?
twos. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll talk
So
about it.
so why don't you give the Bill Dudas synopsis of what transpired this week?
Uh, okay, so see, this is the thing. There's so many different layers of this that is just so aggravating.
Well, let's peel back the onion.
All right, so let's just give a quick timeline. End of March,
Hmm.
there's been it's been proven as far as in documentation that he was he had left his residence and had taken a job on the East Coast.
Okay.
Okay. In the meantime, the board is still doing their thing. Still doing his Area 3 thing.
Yep.
And the board had confronted him about whether or not he was living in his area. And he said, yeah. And the only reason I know about this is because, I'm getting flashback and I was doing a live with him. So I was like, is there anything you don't want to talk about? Now, this is something I ask every person before I bring them on live. Is there anything you don't want to talk about? And that's because, honestly, I'll respect if it's something stupid that you don't want to talk about, right?
Yeah.
Like, don't talk about my family. Don't talk about my girlfriend. I'm like,
I
dude,
asked the same questions.
I don't talk about that shit anyway. I don't care, right? I'm like, but he said no. I was like, well, there's this thing about you living in Delaware. He's like, yeah, it's all bullshit. Okay, well, we'll talk about that. We'll bring it up in the live, and I did. And we made a big joke about it, laughed, ha ha ha. He doesn't live in Delaware. And then 11 days later, he's brought into, or they have a board meeting. And if you look at the board minutes, it goes something like the president of USPSA, Sherwin, goes, hey, what's going on with this new job? And he's like, and whatever answer he gave sent them into executive session. And then they come out of executive session, kick him out, and then go back into executive session, come back out of executive session and ask a question to the lawyer guy. They would go back into executive session without him and then invite him back into executive session. They come back out of executive session. Now, mind you, you can read all this in the bylaws, right? This is what's going back and forth. They come
Yep,
out of
yep, yep.
executive session, and Matt's like, you know what? I quit. So if you maybe look at it, what went down that chain for him to say I quit after having all this momentum and all these people and all these backers and vote Matt. Matt's our guy. We love Matt.
Oh yeah, it was like a full-on presidential campaign you'd see
dude.
in or some running for Senate or some shit,
His integrity and all he's talking about is wanting more transparency. And in the meantime, going into this board meeting, he's lied to me. He's lied to whoever else he's lied to. It looks like maybe he lied to the board. And, in the meantime, he could have just been in March, been like, hey, I got this job at, wherever it is somewhere on the East Coast, and be like, hey, I got this job. I need to leave the area position. Instead, he tried to hide it, is what it looks like. It looks a lot like he's trying to hide that he was moving out of Area 3.
Yeah.
And still trying to stay in the presidential race. And it's like, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, you took a job. You totally could have moved out of Area 3, dropped out of Area 3, and then just went to work there. Why are you still trying to make this presidential race? It could have been on the up and up.
Yeah, because the presidential thing is part-time now,
Yeah.
It's not a full-time gig.
It could all have been on the up and up. And there would have been none of this hoopla. It just would have been like, hey, look, I took a job. I'm going to move out of Area 3. We need to, use the new bylaws, put somebody in charge.
Somebody said we look like twins.
That's far. First off, I don't have the dingle dangles.
Oh, yeah. I'm poor. Leave me alone, okay? Listen, these, you know what? These targets right here, I got these from some asshole. He owns a company named Go Fast Don't Suck. I'm so poor that that's the first set I bought, and I just keep reusing them because I don't have money to replace them.
You don't have to replace them. That's the beauty of them.
I know.
Over and over again.
I know, until they wear out. Haven't worn them out yet, but we'll see.
But yeah, I was getting so frustrated with this whole topic because it started off with like the way this all started off, right, was Matt saying he was gonna make a go at it on a Ben podcast, and Ben's like, oh yeah, this will be awesome. You're totally gonna fight against the board. And then Ben as a joke during that was like, he's gonna totally take down the board. So it became, because of that, people started interpreting Matt's stance as against the board, and then this whole shit rolls down, and then you end up with the whole howler monkey thing and all that jazz.
Who's Ben? Ben who?
Stoker. Yeah, you don't know him?
Does he have a podcast? I didn't.
He's got a thing on YouTube. Oh, he doesn't shoot USPSA anymore. Not much.
Oh, okay. Never heard of her.
But yeah, so he's like, they do all this thing, and they're like, oh, the board is a bunch of dirtbags, and while he's not like publicly saying the board is a bunch of dirtbags, it's like everybody's associating him with thinking the board's a bunch of dirtbags. And then to turn out that, dude, you're totally pulling a D-bag move right now.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm not a fan of is the board just had to set up an election, right? And when they asked him back in whenever the fuck, March or however, hey, is this happening? If he'd have been like, yes, I'm going to go ahead and drop out of Area 3, blah, 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 then they could have at the same time as this election done the Area 3 election. But now they've already paid for everything, have one election move forward, so now they have to have a special election regardless. But the voting would have been, they would have had, I think it would have saved like $8,000 if he would have done it at that point, is what I've been told.
I wish the number was that small. So creating an election packet with these companies ranges somewhere from $25,000 to $35,000.
Yeah, so there you go, $35,000, whatever it is.
So there was a big push. Now, to be fair, Matt's camp wasn't the only one pushing for the election to happen right away. There's another candidate that wanted to happen as soon as possible as well, a current candidate. So, but it was a huge push from Ben's Matt's side of the thing, that they really wanted him to, they really wanted the election to happen as soon as possible.
Yep.
And like you said, now that we're having a separate special election instead of where the board was like, hey, we'll save money and be more financially responsible. And they said this on my live. If we'll be more financially responsible if we do this at the same time we do the area. And I'm like, oh no, we need it right away. This is crazy. You guys are just running around.
Well, there was a
And
valid reason why they wanted to wait. I mean, anybody who thinks that we didn't
it
need to
was just
wait
money.
are irresponsible.
It's just, well,
Well, there
them,
was a
it's like, oh,
lot. There was
we
a
paid
lot
our
of
dues. Spend more
no, no,
money.
no. There was a lot of bylaw changes that needed to happen to protect the organization because
Well,
the way the presidential um, position was organized before, you basically like he had carte blanche with budgetary expenditures with no answering or asking for permission. On top of that, you could kind of just appoint people wherever you wanted and kind of create new positions and spend money recklessly, and a lot of that happened. So they wanted to make sure that the new president didn't have those liberties, and that was purely to protect the organization. So I agree
well,
with holding off. I think the
so
grand conspiracy, like, oh, we're waiting so Ben's can't get in. Like, fuck off. If Matt wouldn't have dropped out of the race, there's at least a 50-50 chance he would have won. You know what I mean?
right,
Like, I only know two candidates. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, he was probably gonna win most likely. So the idea of waiting or the idea of rushing it for that reason is stupid. And the idea of rushing it just because, oh, we can't be without a president. Well, I mean, we have a
Well,
president. It's Sherwood.
okay, hold up. All right, hold up. So the idea that the bylaws needed to be changed is that's a point of view, right? We've got point of view from a lot of different people out there that said, we don't want these changes. We had point of view from a lot of people that saw what the board was trying to do and thought that it was the right way to go. There are two views. Now, if you agree with them views, great. I'm a non-stance guy. I think, we've got the
At least
information.
in
We gave it.
public.
Well, right. So I'm giving everybody the information that
Yeah.
I can get out of everybody. So the information I got was both of those sides, and we've gotten views from everybody about it. And then once that all went down, and I don't know. It's just so we were talking about the expenditure for the campaign. So in the same time, while he's already moved, while he's already kind of trying to conceal that he doesn't live in Area 3 anymore, they have a budget meeting where they're talking about raising the fees, knowing that we've spent this extra money on this election, and knowing he doesn't live in Area 3. So it's like what might have been like a light lie just kept snowballing into something that turned into a monster for him. And I
Yeah.
could see where that would have been pretty terrible to try to figure out how to handle. But it's for a guy that was campaigning on, we need more transparency. It was just what the hell are you doing, man?
We need more transparency, except
But
when I
except for
don't
me.
want to be transparent.
Oh man, it was so terrible.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
It's funny because there's a Instagram page, I guess, dedicated to hating on Ben Steger and the Elite GM crew. I can't remember the name of
which
that.
one is that?
I
Is
can't
that
remember.
ex-USPSA? Or
Maybe
is
I
that,
don't know, but I've been featured on there I think once, so it's pretty awesome.
there's a
Um,
couple of them.
but dude, that guy, he's gone now, and that
But
whoever runs that Instagram is still harping,
yeah.
still going
What
hard.
what's aggravating me right now about the whole situation is the people that are still pro Matt. Like he can't run. Now, if you look at the way it was done, if he resigned, they didn't get a chance to fire him, is the way it looks in the bylaws. Or not the bylaws,
Public,
the minutes,
yeah, the minutes.
right? So the board minutes look like it went down where
He resigned.
he resigned before they could fire him is what it looks like. And that leaves him open to the option of running.
Yep.
But how and like now I talk to everybody, okay? And I'm like, were you saying that you might try to run again? And he was kind of like, I don't know, maybe in the future. I'm like, what? Like, you're not just gonna just
Ride
let
off
this
into the
go?
sunset, enjoy that FN money.
is it FN or another company? I
I
don't
think he
know.
went to work for FN. I
I've
heard it was FN. I may be wrong though. I don't know.
I've
I
I've
mean, this
I've
this
heard
show
two
isn't
different
like
companies.
you don't have to like actually be factually correct on this show. Like what's gonna happen? What's the worst that's gonna happen? Oh no, mean letters.
Oh man, 11 days after I did that, they had the board meeting. After I did the live, they did the board meeting where he was like, "Oh yeah, I guess I'm a dirtbag. I'll leave."
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, and it's so terrible because I've met him. He seems like a nice enough guy.
Dude, I
Met with
love
him a few
Matt. Listen,
times.
I've shot with Matt a bunch, and as a person, I dig Matt. I like hanging out with Matt, whatever. But
Well, I mean, I know people that are like, they
and I'm
they
still not
hang,
saying he's a bad guy. I just that was a wrong move.
but I know people that are completely disappointed with him. They're like, he was such a good guy. He was, he had all of his ducks in a row. He was good, and he was, he had the right ideas, but they're like, it all went sideways at some point. And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
I was like, but can you tell some of your friends because they're still on there telling everybody that he's still the golden child.
those are the type
I
of people that get upset when their favorite politician gets caught diddling little kids. Okay,
they're like,
like
oh, he didn't do that. That wasn't
yeah,
him.
there's no way it was him. He's a good guy. I voted for him
Oh,
3 times. He didn't touch
oh,
no children.
it was
No.
so terrible, dude. So
Yeah.
I've got the four candidates that are left still to come on the live,
Who
and
are they? I don't even know the candidates. I know
all
one
right,
now, Yeeman.
yeah. So there's Yeeman, there's
Uh
Steve
huh.
Moneypenny, Mike Shadalov, and Bruce Wells.
Okay, I know Bruce
So
Wells. I don't know the
right,
other
so
two.
Mike Shadalov is out of the Northeast, right? Yeah, he has the whole "Make USPSA Great Again" campaign. Like you go makeuspsagreatagain.com, and that's his website.
Solid. I mean, kid,
It seems like uh,
little unoriginal, but
well, you want to
also
say that,
pandering to
but
my heart because I mean, hey, the Don, close to my heart.
right, I was like, you can't be mad at him when I did the banners for Yee too, so I know what his logo looks like on his banners.
Yeah, 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 exactly.
We did get creative with musical notes or something like
Oh
that because
shit,
of
I
his.
am shooting classic national. Steve Moneypenny, come say what's up.
There you go.
I'm gonna get punched by another president. I can already tell.
Right. You didn't get actually punched by the first one.
No, no. This is what I'm saying. You don't have to be factually correct on the show. You know what I mean? You can just make shit up. People will
Yeah,
run
you're
with
not
it or they
wrong.
wont.
We're both drinking water this time. It's like we learned our lesson.
What is going on? I got the most
I don't know.
gigantic bottle. I got big hands, dude. Look at the size of this thing.
Our
I'm on this like
livers.
healthy thing. I'm not a fan.
Oh no, I'm just not in a situation where I can drink right now.
What? Why
uh,
not?
it's family issues. I had to grab a New Jersey compliant firearm and come to New Jersey. So
Uh,
yeah. But no, so I got the four candidates to come on, and I have a really important question for all four of them, and we'll see where it goes. I mean, I've got important questions for all of them because they all have different ideas, and I'm going to see how they actually intend to, maybe accomplish them, especially with a year and a half.
do you want to say the question
Uh,
now, or you want to hit them with a
I
blindside?
am so well. It's not going to be a blindside because they're all going to get a chance to hear it if they pay
What do you
attention.
think, Dick?
Dick, yeah, it's a different dick. Um, no, it's so the bylaws say that if a candidate doesn't hit 50%, then it has to go into a runoff election with the top candidates. But that's not
Mm-hmm.
really necessary if there's not any more than one candidate anymore. So there's nothing to stop them from conceding if one of the candidates is obviously the winner of the election and saving the organization a complete new run of election ballots. So if one of them has something like, I don't know, but if one of them has something like 40%, the other ones are sharing the last 60%, it's pretty obvious who's winning. You guys can just concede and save the organization a whole bunch of money.
So wait, what?
Oh yeah.
If one has 40% and the rest are sharing the other whatever percent, that person doesn't just win. I thought more votes gets the fucking cheese, baby.
What the hell are you? That's not how this works.
Oh, that would be too logical. I'm sorry.
Well,
My
well,
bad.
the bylaws are structured so there's a chance for two close candidates to get a chance for a runoff election. But if they concede and they completely withdraw from the election, what's really to stop them from saying, okay, well, if there's only one guy left, do we really need? I mean, if the other candidates
You're
are
talking
like,
about having a runoff election. So having the normal election, but then if it goes to a runoff, the other one's dropping out.
right, you just
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
have to have the
okay.
election.
You don't have to have
So
the runoff election
because
to pay for
you didn't
anyone.
hit the 50%.
Yeah, yeah,
So if you don't hit the 50% with one person, but all of the other three guys concede and just pull out of the run, do you really have to have another run? It doesn't seem like you need to. There's no other candidates.
Why would you? Yeah.
So, I mean, it seems like there's options there. I asked about it ahead of time, and the answer I got was like, we've never thought of that. I was like, well, let's think about it, because it could be a possible outcome of this if it's obvious who the winner is, right?
Yeah,
like,
but now you're talking about getting three people.
Well,
to
you're talking about
agree that
egos.
one guy is more popular and is gonna win. But I got 17% of the votes. I deserve a runoff.
40. I'm so close with my 17%.
Yeah, he got 15,000 votes, but I got 500.
Yeah, so we should share it. We should have a runoff election.
We should spend $20,000 more.
It seems like it could be a viable outcome. I mean, with this many candidates, it just doesn't seem like it would be necessary.
Honestly,
But
I just want to know:
we'll see what happens.
Are we going to lower power factor to a reasonable level, and are we going to allow single action and carry optics? Like, that's what people really want to know. Okay.
No, that's you. The only one that wants to know that.
I'm just saying, I get a lot of love for those statements. All right.
You do.
A lot of love.
Know what? Okay. You want to know the number of people I've actually talked to that are not part of the industry that want?
I'm not part of the industry. I'm a shooter.
Oh, you're a sponsored shooter. You count
as
industry. You count as industry.
No.
I got two. Two people came to me that were interested in that division or it being added to carry optics.
Yeah, but you don't talk to people. Nobody likes you.
You're right. Yeah, I don't get to talk to anybody.
Yeah. Like, do you even go to matches?
I have. I've been to a couple matches this year already.
Somebody said, I did see you at Area 6. Did you have a booth?
I finished Area 6. Remember that?
Oh, you did. That's why I didn't see you. I had to leave early. My bad. Oh, yeah. My bad.
I didn't get a chance to beat you there. You left early.
Well, you did beat me. Everyone beat me.
Everybody beat you.
Are we going to allow music at matches without old white dudes getting their grape nuts in a bunch? That, first off, that's racist and ageist. I would appreciate you to keep that nonsense off the podcast.
Ageist is a thing?
It's 2022, bro. Everything's a thing.
Okay. Somebody's gonna be bearded next.
Yeah, somebody's gonna be menstruating and get their penis in a wad. I don't know. I think music at matches makes it fun. That's honestly, I met Yeeman at Magnus Cup 2018. 2018 or 2019? I can't remember. Is when I got to know Yeeman pretty well. And he said, I'm black, I can say that. Oh, no, but I met
Show me
Yeeman.
your puppy, Cameron.
I want proof.
All right, so you were saying?
Anyway, I met Yeeman there, and I met him and know him as the RO that always played music and always made his stage fun. Like, you walk up to, you know how it is. You walk up to some stages, and you can tell the ROs want to take your gun out of your holster and shoot you with it. Like, they are all the way over being there. You know what I mean? So, and it's just like, red credit, stand by, beep, all right, get the fuck off my stage. Whereas, we go, we go up to Yeeman's stage, and it's fucking fun from Jump Street, and he's cracking jokes and having fun, scoring targets correctly, making good calls, like erring on the side of the shooter, which is a big thing. A lot of ROs forget that when in doubt, you're supposed to err on the side of the shooter, not just be a cock. So if somebody says, hey, that's a foot fault, and you go, dude, me and 19 other people saw it wasn't a foot fault, they don't just go, nah, fucking shit it was, blow me. Nah. You know what I mean? And then you got to show them a video later on and be like, hey, by the way, you're a fuckwad. Look where my foot was.
You sound pretty bitter. Did you get
No, no,
stung
no,
by
no.
something?
I've
Oh, okay,
seen it
okay.
happen so many times. You know what I mean? Usually, if I get a call, I'm like, okay. I'll be like, I don't think that's right, and they're like, it's right. I'm like, cool. I don't have energy to argue with you. I just am gonna move on. It's not my job. I'm just gonna leave. Have fun. Keep going. Right. Start making dick jokes. Make them feel uncomfortable. Um, but Yeeman is like, he'll take the time to go, okay, obviously a bunch of people saw it wasn't there. I didn't physically see his foot gun go bang. I just thought it looked close, so I gave him the call. All right, we'll overturn it. You know, if it's a close call, he'll err on the side of the shooter. So I think he's a fair RO, but he's also not going to go out like if you say, nah, it's a double, and it's clearly one, he's going to look at you like, all right, fuckwad, get off my stage. You know, but I like him as a person. So him being USPSA president, I haven't spent enough time with him or heard what his stance is on it. Not that he hasn't obviously put it out there. I'm just too lazy to go listen to other people's shit. But I'd like to talk to him, you know. So whenever you do your
Yeah.
live, I'm definitely gonna watch. Did you do the one with Heeman already?
No, the only one I got in so far was Matt, and that turned into a bad one. So
Hashtag delete, delete, delete. Show us on the
no, I
doll
won't
where
even
the
delete
RO
them.
touched you.
They can live on the internet with everything else. I don't care.
Yeah, somebody said for
Um,
me to show him on the doll where the RO touched me. He touched me right in my no shoot mic. That's what he did.
he just put his finger in it. It was like, it's right here. See where it's touching the perf? Right here.
No, no, I usually don't argue with ROs. Like when I got DQ'd, I was like, he's like, you broke 180. I'm like, what? Shut the fuck up. And I turn around and look, and I see 80 people like, "Ugh." I'm like, okay, guess I broke the fucking 180. Whatever, dude. Put my shit up. You know what I mean?
My favorite was I got dinged at Area 8 a couple years ago. And I was like, what? And he's like, yeah, you broke the 180. I was like, are you sure? And he says, yeah. And I was like, oh, thank God I don't have to finish this match.
I know.
I,
Area 6 was a good match, too. I was pissed. That shit couldn't happen at Area 1.
it
Jesus.
was. It
Could
was.
have saved me a bunch of pain.
So I shot Area 6, and then I shot Delmarva, where I was over there for that match too. I managed to get second place. I went down and shot South Carolina and won that one. So I've had a interesting, interesting three major matches already this year. Three major matches and one local.
Hell
I
yeah.
really, I really can't afford the ammo to shoot any more than what I'm supposed to.
Dude, you're rich now. You're fine.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're rich now, dude. Like you're sponsoring all these matches. You're selling all this stuff. I know how much I spend at your booth. And I hate you. I can only imagine how people who like you
Yeah,
spend money
well,
at your booth.
if fuel didn't cost as much as it did, I might have made a profit. Holy shit. Dude, that
Dude.
trip down to South Carolina was a straight kick to the nuts. I
Oh
was so
yeah, you're coming from Delaware, correct?
I live in
Or where?
Delaware,
Yeah.
all the way down to South Carolina. It's like 600 miles away.
Oh.
And while I'm there, diesel jumps another 50 cents. I was like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, so $400 in gas later.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I went and filled up my truck on the way home today. $102 made me want to throw up.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. That's
Yeah,
depressing though.
and it's all tax deductible, whatever.
But yeah, so that's three matches in. I've got another 11 matches that we're attending. That is until the diesel hit $10 because I'm not leaving my house if it happens. Sorry guys, I'll have to
He's going to be on the
cancel.
bike with two dry fire swingers and two target packs. That's all you're getting.
I'll have a trailer with the tablets and timers in it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
sorry
yeah.
guys, this is the best I could do.
No, but it's pretty cool. Pretty cool what you're doing. It's pretty neat. You had a big tent, dude. I was not expecting that. I'm like, damn, whose
Yeah.
tent is that? And I see Go Fast Don't Suck. I'm like, oh my god, Bill's famous.
Oh my God, look how big it is. I don't get that a
Yeah,
lot, so thank you for that.
yeah, it was
So
nice.
much.
I think I even said that. I walked up, I was like, oh my god, Bill is huge.
Oh yeah, we totally upgraded. It was we went like every year I do this, something gets added, right? So every year I'm like, wow, I've gone full recharge this year. There's no way I can make it any better. And this year again, I'm saying it, and I'm already looking at some stuff, going, I bet if I did this, it would be more interesting. But like, so what we've got are these 15-foot teardrop flags with the stage numbers on them. We go
Yeah,
pound them in around the range, and it makes the match look a lot more. I would say
Awesome.
maybe high class, but like
High
it
end,
looks like you're
luxurious.
right. You're on a new level. You're not at a local match. You come to your local club, at least if you see that, it looks new. But I set it's a 10 by 20 foot booth now, and I have the racks and everything that make it look almost like a department store, right? So it's
Yeah, it
got all
does.
kinds
It
of
looks
stuff.
like a redneck department store.
Right, like
It's
out
pretty
in the
awesome.
sun. And then so down at Area 6, we had Da Vinci set up across the street from me. I was like, you guys are looking pretty suspicious, setting up your PCC booth across from me.
Yeah,
And then
I thought they were
we go
gonna
down
take
to
a hit out.
we go down to South Carolina. He sets up right next to my booth. I was like, look, I was like, I know the next one we're both going to is Mid Atlantic. I was like, if you end up inside of my booth, that's gonna be a problem, bro. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's just trying to get closer, bro. They want
yeah,
that. They
yeah.
want that exposure. No, you know what the next step is, and I thought about. I almost told you this when I saw it, but I said, you know what would be great? You know when you go to a construction site and there's those roach wagons, you know those big roach wagons, food trucks. Now they're like the big ones, like that looks like a little international bus, but it's got all the flip up windows.
Yeah.
You need to get one of those and like leave it all ratty and slap some "Go Fast, Don't Suck" stickers on it, but like do the inside baller, right? And then pull up, flip up like the four windows or whatever it is, and have like your little department store on wheels.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the next step
Genius.
of that would definitely be something along those lines. But the thing for me though is like I bring everything in my toy hauler camper, so I could just stay on the range.
Oh,
I
look at
ended up
me.
not.
I'm so rich. I have a toy hauler
No, I do
camper.
it because I'm poor. Because I can't afford I can't
Can't
afford
afford
a
a
freaking
hotel.
hotel. So I just stay right there. But it's the funny thing is Area 6. So I'm sleeping on the range. I'm like maybe 20 yards away from my booth, right? Sleeping in my camper. I wake up, kick my flip flops on, stretch, step out the camper.
You didn't do what you did when I roomed with you, did you?
No, and Brian is already set up on the range before I could even step out of my fucking camper on the range. I'm like,
Bro,
dude, you are
he's a
fucking dedicated.
he's a savage, bro.
I'm like, I knew Bobby was awake already because he's got to cook, but like, damn.
So for those of you
Uh,
who don't know, Bill has an interesting morning routine. So he'll get up and he'll get a cup of coffee or an energy drink or whatever, and he will walk out onto the front porch of your Airbnb, and he will prop a leg up and stare at the sunrise, fully nude. Now,
it was a nice location.
here's the thing: you can be there, sitting down, eating your breakfast. He is going to walk by, uh,
With his
flag
little bowl
flying,
of Cheerios, with your little bowl of
flag
cheese.
flying, and he will walk out onto the front porch, enjoy his energy drink or whatever it is, and let the flag fly while the sun rises. And listen, you know what? You got a great body, Bill. Do you?
Dude, listen, how are you going to disappoint the birds if you don't show them what your worm looks like?
Yeah.
They're like, we were hoping for breakfast, and what is that? It's not.
I was wondering why all those blue jays were swarming. Oh
Oh,
man,
that
I
was an
think there's
awesome
actually
picture.
picture evidence of that.
I didn't take it off of my page because I put the black bar across to get it from.
Oh, you did.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
gonna post that. I'm gonna find that on your page. I'm posting that on my story because I just need a little laughter.
Little some afterglow.
Even though I was the butt of the joke, no pun intended.
But yeah, you are. And I'm the one with the crack in my forehead.
uh, oh my God, no. But so let's get on a topic. What do you think? So you're obviously doing the eggs weren't that good.
Shut up, Steve. You love my eggs.
He
All you could
does.
talk about was me making breakfast. He's like, those were the best breakfast ever. I
You
went,
what? You didn't make me eggs, motherfucker.
well, you were supposed to cook. You were the bitch that weekend.
What?
I was winning. You were supposed to make breakfast.
Well, if that's the logic, wasn't somebody else should have been cooking. Well, that should have
Well,
been like Chase or Tate or
Chase,
something.
Chase wasn't, he wasn't in our division. He was shooting
Oh
production or
yeah, that
something.
was classic Nats. Fuck,
Yeah.
you're right. He still
Um,
lost. So
yeah, he still lost. He tried really
No,
hard.
so they're awesome. Not naked Captain Morgan. Good though. Yeah, you're right. That was a sight. I was befuddled,
No,
and aroused at the same time.
What Steve's talking about is 2019 SHOT Show. I went to stand around in the Red Hill booth, and they put me up in the Airbnb with those guys and got me in the SHOT Show. So I was able to go spread some of my nonsense around. Was that 2019? It had to be 2019.
I
Yeah,
was there 2019, so it was definitely 2019 because I saw you there.
that was a good time.
Yeah. Because that was the first time I legitimately met you.
Yeah, but I wasn't paying for anything, so I was like, well, I didn't have to. I was for a flight out there, right? Like I wasn't paying for the Airbnb, I wasn't paying for my ticket, and so I was like, or the rental car even. So I was like, well, at least I could do is make breakfast. So
2020. He's right. It was 2020.
oh, okay. So I made breakfast for everybody that was at the Airbnb.
Y'all got an
That's right, because it
Airbnb
was
in
right
Vegas?
before the COVID thing. That's right. Yeah,
Why'd y'all get an Airbnb in fucking Vegas?
I didn't get it. Red Hill Tactical did.
Why the? Okay, whatever.
They were
You.
apparently the red. I mean, it was nice. It had the whole jacuzzi thing and pool and everything. Sitting in it naked with Steve was a little weird, but whatever.
Hey, whoa! He's running for president. Let's keep the.
Oh,
Let's
my
keep
bad.
the. Let's keep the
This
JFK
was
rumors
this
down,
was.
okay?
Oh,
Oh man, this
I'll
is
make up new. I'll
nobody
make up
ever
new.
is. Nobody
I'll just
running
make up
for
new
any type
stories
of
about
office
everybody.
is ever going to come on here.
Well, I
Oh
mean,
shit, we got Twista in the house. What's up, dude? The OG of the rap game, right there. One of the greatest rappers to ever live. Bet you didn't know he followed me, loser.
no,
He doesn't follow
I,
you.
I didn't know. I didn't know you had actual friends.
I don't. I don't.
Except for Chase.
I met him one time, and he was like, "Oh, these Make a Wish kids are getting uglier and uglier." No, he was cool, man. He's legit. I grew up on his music, man. So meeting him in person at SHOT Show, I was trying so hard not to fangirl. My wife was like, "Play it cool, dumbass." I was like, "I can't." No, but
Oh shit.
so let's go to what do you think? Because you're doing so much shit to try to improve the sport, right?
Oh
Um,
yeah. Have you seen our latest thing? Well, I mean, I'm only one episode in, but yeah. So our latest gig is our match directing series that I started up last Monday, talking about uh, what it takes to run a major match, kind of where people can help out or
yeah.
help people understand a little bit about what the roles are, because you could be, I mean, maybe not you, I definitely not you, but like
Hey,
but if there's somebody's like, they understand how to work the tablets and they're helping out the local club with stats, it's really not that much extra work to help out a major match with stats.
I'll have you know,
And
I type 5 words a minute, motherfucker.
yeah, that doesn't work on a tablet. But anyway, what I'm saying is there's all kinds of different levels of this. So the last episode we did was talking about how to potentially get sponsorship to actually help your match instead of free swag to give away to shooters. So
Yeah.
that was the first. That was the first one. I actually got a lot of good response out of that. Anything from other match directors to shooters that just didn't know. Even sponsors. We had Brian and Barbecue come on to say a couple things, and then so the next one we're going to do is I need to confirm, but we're doing it about practice score and live, how to do get the live scoring going, the benefits and things of that, and then we're trying to just go down the the steps, the things that you can do. Maybe it'll help a match director. Maybe it'll help somebody be more interested in match directing. What I think the biggest thing people don't realize, some of the best match directors I've run into are not stage designers.
No, yeah, for real.
Seriously, like if to run a really well done major match, if you have organizational skills and delegation skills, and you can find people to fill roles that you need filled, that you'll be the best fucking match director that people have ever come to. You don't need to be a super duper match director that can run stats, do registration, pull sponsors in, and all that stuff. If you just find a couple of these people, or maybe even spend some of the match funds a little bit smart and find some people to do roles, it'll make the match so much better. So much
Yep.
better. So
So with that being said, that is really, really cool. I'm proud of you. Who knew you'd end up being?
Ah,
Who knew you'd end up doing something good instead of being a
well,
shitbag your whole life?
well, I mean, I still intend to be a shit bag. At least I'm using my popularity for good, I guess.
That would be. I don't do that at all. So
Yeah. See, this is the part that gets me is Shrek. Shrek says sponsorship is very important. And here's where my question for you, Shrek, is how much does sponsorship help the match be better match? Or does it just give you something free when you get there? And
yeah,
that's kind of where I was at with the last episode is I was getting kind of frustrated. So, I mean, I've said it before, but I'll say it again is we sponsor most of the matches I'm sponsoring this year are matches that I'm physically going to. And
yeah,
I'm sponsoring them by bringing them all the technology and stuff that I can do to help the
yeah.
match while I'm there. If it's a match that I can't go to and I really want something to do with it, I'll send certificates if I have to. But so the Dragons Cup this year, I just got done printing and shipping all of their banners this week, and they didn't have to pay for a single banner. That was our part of our sponsorship for the match.
It's pretty
So,
cool.
but that's something that they needed for the match to help make it look better,
You're
to
not
get
gonna
it
be
out in
there,
front of people. No, I'm not going to be at that one.
fucking
No,
loser.
I'll be at the Area 8 Steel Challenge.
You dick face. It's gonna be one of. That's gonna be one of, if not the best match of
What
the
face?
year. Golly.
It is going to be amazing, but it's also in Texas. It's far away from my house.
Dude, there's an international airport. Don't be fucking lazy. There's an international airport 15
I'm
minutes from the match.
I'm going to Area 8 Steel Challenge to
You can
support their
stay
match.
you can stay in bed with me. I have a hotel room. We can split it.
You're just
Wink,
ignoring
wink,
all of
wink.
the important information.
Area 8 Steel Challenge? Who the fuck even goes to Steel Challenge? Is that still a sport? I'm
Well,
just
you
kidding.
you are definitely not running for USPSA president.
You know what the worst part is? I teach a youth Steel Challenge group. Oh, I'm such a
Who shoots
dirtbag.
this? This is a sport for little kids. Oh, you know
Oh
what was
my
cool?
god.
It was Area 6. Area 6 had I don't know the guy's name. I'm sorry for those who know him. I just don't know it. I didn't even know he was there until I saw pictures. But the dude that like doesn't have arms or something, he's in a wheelchair,
Dude.
running around,
Yeah,
shooting with his
Bubba
feet.
Stevenson, like a
Is that who it
champ,
is?
dog. Yeah, Bubba.
I've
I had him on the
never,
podcast. You obviously don't listen to my podcast, you piece of shit.
not all of them. Oh yes. Oh sorry. You just admitted to not
Golly.
listening to mine.
Yeah, but like I don't care. You should care.
I can
No.
either help this sport or I can watch all of Trevor's podcasts. Come on.
Yeah, for sure. For
Maybe I'll
sure.
just start doing the audio one so I can say I kept up like that.
You should. You definitely should.
But yeah, he's running around and he's got his Glock in his feet like this and he's shooting the targets and then he holsters it in an ankle holster and then somebody pushes his wheelchair over to the next spot, or did he get up and walk? I can't remember. And there was like another. Oh, he would get up and walk, and they would move the chair over to the next spot, something like that. It was pretty dope. I saw dope.
It was
I
dope.
saw it was dope. I'm like
No,
copying people.
I met him at Area 6, dude, and I was blown away. And I had just gotten DQ'd. That's the best part. That's the best part of the whole thing. I just got DQ'd. So I'm like, fuck my life, man. Like, in my head, I'm like, you dumbass. Like, what are you doing? Like, your life sucks. And then
I wish
I hate this fucking sport, you know?
I wish the dude would have looked up at him and been like, oh, his arms weren't quite in the advantage. That's where they.
Yo, I would have fucking hugged him so hard. Oh, man.
You
No,
hugged him.
I can't high five him. Of course, I would have
He
hugged
couldn't
him.
hug you back.
Yeah, but I could hug him. You know what I mean? It's a
Oh, I
one-way
gotta meet this
reciprocal
guy.
hug, but you got, dude, he is the best.
He's gotta
Dude,
be
he's
a
the
good
best.
time.
He's the best, bro. He was so our podcast. You could tell he's super nervous. He was very hesitant. It took some doing to get him on there, but when you meet him in person, dude, he is delightful. Super nice guy, super well spoken, like real, just happy-go-lucky. And when I met him, I was like, this dude's a fucking champ, right? Got to meet him.
Twisted Trevor got DQ'd by flagging half the gallery.
Oh wait, I'm way behind. Hold on, I'm way behind this. Let's see here. Fun guy, 100%. Bubba's legit. How'd you get DQ'd? No, yeah. See what had happened. What had happened was there's this rule where you're not supposed to point your barrel past the 180 line. I guess people get a little worried. Fucking pussies.
Because all the people
I may get
behind you
shot.
up range were like, "Oh, we don't want a gun pointed at us."
Yeah. Who cares? Cry me a river.
You're like, I felt safe the whole time. I had the gun in my hand.
Yeah, I was good, dude. Fingers off the trigger. You're fine. Quit being babies.
Dude,
No,
there's been some real wild DQs this year.
mine was close. Like if you look at the video, I mean, rightfully so, it was probably 185. So it's not like it wasn't a 180, but it wasn't like I fucking pointed the gun at someone's face hole. The guy without arms kept the gun downrange. He did indeed, actually.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he beat me that match. I mean, hey,
He beat you.
more power
He
to
did a
him.
higher
Yeah, he
score
did.
than you did.
He definitely
Hard
did.
to beat a zero.
He had a score. No, but
Well,
I met the guy and was super
had-
jazzed, and I was super excited to see that he went to World Speed Shoot. So,
Dude, I had a guy confess to me that he was eating it on a stage. He was falling down, and he dumped his gun. And I'm like, bro, like he's like, oh, but his thing was like he threw it down, but he threw it down in safe direction, and he was trying to control where it was landing, but being able to put his hands down. I was like, all right, so you were controlling the gun. That sounded a lot better than what you said it the first time.
yeah.
I seen a video of a PCC getting javelined into the ground somewhere. I don't know where this was or who it was. I don't care, but yeah, there's been some wild ones, man.
Dude,
I mean, but
I've seen
like
some wild shit.
But last year we had
Remember that kid who was trying to run for
their
president who shot behind him?
Well, that was technically last year, but yeah.
Yeah.
Actually touched one off uprange. He's not running for president.
I haven't seen I haven't seen a
He's
presidency in like that since JFK, to be honest with you.
Wrong. You're blowing my mind here.
Oh.
But yeah, that was. But I mean, for the most part, everybody playing the sport has the conscious like, don't do stupid shit to get somebody hurt. But it happens, man. Like, I mean, it happens in all the sports. The two local clubs to me have not had any incidents at all. I don't know if it's like people coming off of COVID or what, but in the last few months, we've had some people hurt themselves, and just not paying attention to what they're doing or being too complacent.
Did anybody die?
No. Just lower
Then
extremity
who cares?
injuries. Yeah, I know, but it's like, come on, guys. Like, hey,
I know,
everybody out there, let's like get our heads out of our asses. Stop doing stupid shit. Let's, like if you feel like you're being dangerous with a pistol, go pick up a PCC. I'll make fun of you. Don't get me wrong, but you'll probably be safer.
Oh yeah, those PCC fags. I swear, I can say that because my show's not like on a network where I can get canceled. What's somebody gonna do? Get mad at me? Report me? Whatever, dude.
Oh, that's right. My Facebook and Instagram are in danger of their being taken down.
Dude, I live in that world. My TikTok is I get once a week I get a TikTok notification that I broke some rules violation. I always respond the same way. Not today, China.
Ours was man titties.
Man titties.
That was our latest one. There was a man titties meme, and it got flagged as nudity. It's like,
yep.
I disagree. Somebody up there was like, "Nah, it's titties." I mean, he had a pretty impressive set of titties. So
I saw a guy shoot in the air during the reload. Oh, I've seen a lot of that.
Yeah, that happens. That's
yeah.
Double DQ.
Yeah.
Finger in the trigger during the reload and
bro,
one off over the berm.
Trying to go fast, dog.
Yeah,
Rubbin's racing.
I did see a video of one guy that looked like it was him touching one off over, during a reload, but it was actually like a bobbled reload. I forget whose video it was. It was a bobbled reload, and his round ended up just floating inside the mag well. It jammed the mag in and touched the round off. So it wasn't actually like a proper discharge. It was weird.
Shrek has a good point. Well, now that men can have babies,
Oh, how far along are you?
That technically is who, me? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm not far
You're
along
having
at all.
Chaz's baby, right?
Totally. No, so let's get back on topic. Where the work, dude? Our podcast ramble on. Oh, speak of the devil, Bubba Stevenson's in here. What's up, dude?
Hey,
We were
man.
just talking about you. All good things except for Bill. Bill's a dick. Don't ever talk to Bill.
He's not wrong that I am definitely a dick.
No. But yeah, love that kid. Can't say kid. I think he's my age or a little bit older. But anywho, he's not your age, is what I'm saying. He's not like 75.
Yeah, well, you've been beaten by the 75-year-old twice now, so what you got?
Whatever, bro. Shit happens.
You were shooting an open gun at Area 7.
Was I? It was kind of a pump action
You
open gun, but
you
whatever, that
you were.
counts. I technically beat you in open revolver.
Open, open bolt action?
Yeah. No, so somebody said who's even running for president. We covered that already. Steve,
Right.
yeah.
So
So no. What I want to talk about is what do you think? If you had to say what do you want to see a president come in and do? Like what are you looking for in a good president? What's some things that you think should be changed?
well, right now there's not much they can change, right? So
True, but
what?
what's the direction you would like the sport to go that you see could be done in the next 3 to 4 years?
Well, right now in the next year and a half, what people could do is
Single action and carry
shit.
optics. I know. I completely agree.
Yeah. Well, that's not even something a president can do. The best. So the new role of the president is more like being in one of the area directors,
Yeah, basically.
but you get to set the agenda for the meeting.
Yeah.
So that's really like the biggest change to it. And that was my question to Matt when I had him on. Dude, the stuff you're talking about, you could be doing right now. And he was like, oh, and I was like, well, what's the difference? He didn't seem like he had a good answer for that. But yeah, so I don't know, dude. I think as the president, like everybody wants him, to change where Nationals is at, and one of their big things is to put Nationals on, whether it's them running it or them having other people run it as a match director. And I really don't mind the way it's been done. And maybe that's a bad statement for a lot of people, but they're like, the Nationals match shouldn't have two stages shared on a bay. And I'm like, but why?
What if they're good stages?
It ran really smooth. They were speed shoots, and I thought the way they handled it was great. And they're like, oh, well, if it's a 24-stage match, you have 24 bays. And I mean, that's great and all, but you're really limiting the number of different places we could have the match.
Yeah.
And there's people who are like, oh, I'm sick of going to Florida. Okay, well, let's have it at Talladega. Oh, I'm sick of going to Talladega. And they're like, all right, we'll go put it out in the middle of nowhere in Colorado. People are like, oh, I don't want to go to Colorado. Are my magazines even legal? And U.S. Space is like, yes, damn it, your magazines are legal. You just can't buy them there.
You just got to potentially shoot in a fucking blizzard.
Well,
no big deal.
Yes, no big deal. I mean,
Yeah.
we've shot in hurricanes down in Florida, so what the hell?
I'd rather shoot in a hurricane. I fucking hate the cold. I'm going to tell you right now, if I go up there and it's below 50 degrees, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
Yeah. But I think as long as the person that gets in there, after they get a look under the hood and see what's going on, that's going to be what's more important, because what we're seeing from the outside of what is actually being run, it's really not that much that we can see from out here. What's going on under the hood of USPSA is I have no insight in that.
Here's the thing. We can't keep losing all this money at national events. It's like 200 and some odd, almost $300,000 lost from nationals matches in the negative.
Mm-hmm.
So, which two gun and whatever the fuck another one was, multi-gun nationals are a big part of that. Like they probably are a third of that at least, if not half. But I think those matches, if they're not going to be filled up, should just die. But two, or the entry fee has to be so ungodly to pay for the difference. But I think nationals matches have to be, I forget the math I did on it, but if it goes up like $65 or some shit, you break even at most of the nationals, right? Cool, raise it $65. On top of that, right now, the dues that are what, $40 a year? Is that what it is?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
40 bucks a year. It's been $40 since '04. So nothing has changed except inflation. Inflation, that should be $40 back then, is 70 something bucks now, or some shit like that. So the dues need to increase. We're making like majority of our money off of membership dues, right? And activities fees. So what would an extra $900,000 if you raise it to $80 a year? Would you pay $80 a year?
I'm a life member. I'm not a poor person.
Yeah, so there you go. You don't even care. But change it to 60 bucks a year. That's an
Actually,
extra
I'm a life
400.
member. I'm a life member because I am a poor person. I got a tax refund one year. I was like, you know where that's going? Not ever having
Right
to
to
pay a membership
USPSA.
fee.
Yeah. You're one of the smart ones. But remove lifetime membership. That's a good one too. Yeah. Or make it very expensive. No, but I think honestly we need to like that. If we want the organization to make like all these changes, like better nationals and more events, and put more money into the sport. Well, technically they're getting the same amount of money they were getting in 2004. So why the fuck are we expecting anything else? Because nationals cost
Yeah.
in 2004 compared to now, I'm sure with inflation, are damn near the same. So
Oh well, yeah. If you account for inflation, yeah.
yeah, if you count for inflation, they're probably
So
the same. But shit's way more expensive nowadays. So I think if we want the organization to be better, we got to be willing to put money into it as members. Like, think about.
So Nationals has the same problem that most area matches have, and it's where the location that they have a big enough range to run that major match. They don't have nearly enough staff to run that major match, so you have to import all these people. So the hotel fees, well, Nationals does it a little different. They do a stipend, right? So I mean, just the amount of money that is spent on the hotel and the refund for travel and stuff for the staff. That's where all this is. That's where a lot of that money is coming from.
Oh
And people are like,
yeah,
oh, and then you get all these guys that come in and bitch and are like, oh my God, it was just a bunch of retirees. I was like, I was like, how many of you guys are taking a week off of work to go work nationals? None of the young
nobody.
guys are. Hardly any of
No,
the. I don't
no,
want to say
I'm
none.
fucking not.
Well, you're not. Yeah, I know. But there are some younger guys that are doing it now. But which is great. It's just a
Yeah,
matter of finding the time and making it available. But there's more to it. So it's not just like the staff, but they have to import, all of uh, the headquarters people that have to be there the entire time as well. They're all there. So they're all staying in hotels too. It's
dude,
not just a match director that lives nearby.
like
You're bringing
50%, if not more, of the money that we give to them for nationals is spent on like staff.
it's a huge number. And then the facility costs for a place like
Are yeah,
Talladega are
crazy.
astronomical. Not only that, but that a place like that where USPSA is doing a multi-year deal, they have to rent a space on the range to leave like a Connex or two or something like that. So all of this money that's being spent all throughout the year to be able to store a Connex there, you're not even thinking about that when you're setting up the match fee, are you? You're
No.
not realizing all the expenses that are going into this. It's like USPSA doesn't have like a brick and mortar office building where they've got like tractor trailers that say USPSA on the side of it, and they just truck all of their stuff over to have a big match. You know, just the logistics of this. Like Spanky's taking banner deliveries to his house to bring them to a match. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, like they're doing. It seems like they're doing the best they can, but um, it's. I love that people are interested and they want things to be better, but
Yeah.
please be proactive. If you're going to bitch about something, please at least have an idea to make it better. Hey, the shitters were full. How about we pump the shitters? At least you've got, let's play, hey, pump the shitters, right? Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is terrible. We've got a bunch of retirees. Do me a favor, bro. Can you get your RO cert and come help? I mean, we'll
Yeah.
pay you a stipend and your hotel and food. Just show up, you know? And I really want to see some more of that where when I originally came into the sport, all I saw was the volunteers volunteering and they got their credit. They got the people, saying thank you very much to them, shaking their hand at every stage. And while we still have the shaking the hand at every stage, it looks if you actually look, it's looking a lot more like a salute that doesn't really, you're like saluting an asshole. You're like, whatever, and you walk away. Oh yeah, thanks. Like, I mean, seriously, guys, if you're at a match and you're really having a good time and you can see the staff are standing in the heat for the entire week, and you go to shake their hand, at least shake their hand like you mean it. Shake their hand, look them in the eye. I mean, if you really don't like the staff member, don't do it. Sure, like don't stare the guy down, but
Then you
look
can
the
go,
guy in the,
ha.
yeah.
Then
But
you go,
like,
oh,
look
hey,
at
buddy, fuck you.
how hard is it to just look the guy in the eye and be like, you know what? Thank you for spending your time on the range this
Why
weekend.
do you think I hug them all?
Well,
All
it's
right, buddy.
because you want to spread your germs.
I do.
COVID,
COVID.
COVID
I
super
can't.
spreader.
I can only imagine how many people I killed during COVID. Fucking weak ass people with their weak ass immune systems.
You're sad.
Somebody said,
So
look at what
yeah,
IPSC does. Their matches don't lose money. They're also twice the cost.
well, it's not that.
And they're also being held in shithole countries, no offense to anyone in IPSC, that a hotel costs fucking 5 cents. So,
Well, it's not just that though. So all of the sponsorship for those matches. Well, speaking from the people that have talked to me about it, all of the matches I've heard about are sponsored in cash from their sponsors. That's
yeah,
huge.
it's huge.
You know what? USPSA matches, even nationals, are not sponsored by cash for their
Fuck
matches.
no. They should be.
I mean, that would be a great way to help pay for some of this stuff, wouldn't
Yeah.
it?
Man, you know what would be awesome for sponsorship? If we had a way to make like where people could watch it. You know what I mean?
What's the
Like
last
that like
what's the
weren't
last
there.
What's the last live that you watched from nationals?
Oh man. Sorry, I meant watch it and like be entertained. You know what I
It's not
mean?
entertaining.
With like
It's not
camera
entertaining.
cutting to like people who are actually good at
Weren't
the
you just
sport.
weren't you just talking about how less expensive expensive it is, and now you want to add like $100 production thing to it, $100,000 production thing to it?
No, yeah, especially if it'll bring in far more in revenue. There's a difference between spending dumb money and spending smart money.
Oh, brother.
You're
What is it?
the guy
How do
who
you what?
went and set up at
You're
like
right.
18 matches. Oh, but
Have
it's
you
dumb
seen
for
me
them to make a
have
smart purchase.
have you seen me making live happen? I have
You don't
not.
have the budget to make live happen.
Neither does USPSA.
They've got $2 million sitting in a bank account doing nothing.
Sorry.
They have plenty.
They have spent a shitload of money to do what they are currently doing.
That's because they're
Yeah.
fucking idiots. They could have done.
I don't know what world you're living in, Trevor, but the amount of money it costs to do a proper production style where you get what you, Trevor, would like to see is very expensive.
You want to know how much it's going to cost? About $230,000. Do you know how I know that? Because I've already done all the research, found the companies, found the equipment, done all of that, and sent it. And said, hey, what do you think about this?
$230,000.
$230,000. That's including the software to link it into USPSA's current
For a single event.
app. No. For all the equipment and everything and all the licensing fees to be able to do it. You already have people on
That's
staff that
awesome.
can run it.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
What? They got that fucking genius IT kid. Is he not smart enough to handle it?
They don't. They already have the genius IT kid doing what he can do. And that's the max level. They don't have a personality. They don't have people running different cameras. They got static cameras on the range.
You don't have to have people running the
not
cameras. You have
but it's
cameras
not-
you can set up.
No, you do. Otherwise you have to.
Well,
have somebody
yeah,
sitting
you
in
have like
Otherwise you
two.
Oh my God. Otherwise you have to have somebody physically sitting in a booth running the cameras remotely. You have to be able to change the views of the cameras to make it interesting. You have to have a personality. You have to have a producer that's going to be able to stand there and know which cameras to switch to. There's so much that's involved with actually producing a good live stream event. And just buying the equipment for $230,000 to get it lined up is
That's
not the only expense.
That's not just the setting it up.
It's not just the expense of buying the equipment and getting it going. There's a lot of stuff that would have to go into making it something that is fun to watch. And I don't think it's going to bring in a whole lot of people that are not USPSA members unless it's shown on actual cable TV channels like Shooting USPSA or Shooting USA.
Nobody watches cable. You're too old for this shit.
Shooting USA is the only
Shooting
who else we got?
USA's fucking viewership is a joke, bro. I
Well,
guarantee you, maybe like
but
100 people watch that fucking stupid program.
you're standing here saying that you want live,
You're gonna
but the
stream it
only people that
to streaming
are going to
services.
watch it are current USPSA members. Is that really a good investment right now?
Yes, it'd be fucking
You're
awesome.
terrible. You're a fucking terrible person. I want what I want, and fuck the rest of you.
Yeah, yeah. You're telling me it wouldn't draw in more sponsorship? Think about how many people would watch an event if you could go and watch the Super. I'm not talking about streaming every match. I'm talking about nationals, and I'm not talking about following everybody. I'm talking about following the heat. Like, I could give a fuck what Joe Blow D-class guy does. I really don't. I could give a fuck about what I do. I want to see the best fucking compete and bang it out. That's what people want to see. How many people do you think would pay to watch that?
But listen, what do you think keeps people's attention when they're watching this? It's not the people shooting. It's not the fact of somebody shooting the gun, right? It's the story that's involved with it. And this was the discussion I had with somebody else. The story that's involved with it is going into this run, how is his points? What will he need to do in this run to get his points to move up, to get the next place up, right? So you have to understand how to relay that to the audience. And then you also have to have somebody there doing all that calculation and giving you that information so that you can create a story out of the event. We're watching a football game.
If only we had a system that shows us all the scoring and everything live to be able to watch it.
That is, dude, what you want.
And if only we could find one person that would be able to do that job, that would be able to say those things. You're overcomplicating the shit out of it. It's much more simple than you're making it out to be. I promise you, it is.
You give me these magical words.
You give me $250,000 in 3 months, and I will literally have it running up in full blast, and we will watch a fucking nationals from our TVs, fucking streaming it live and making money. And think about the amount of sponsorship. If you do 2 matches and then you find out what you're buying.
You want to spend $250,000.
Bro, they're spending $250,000 on a multi-gun match that nobody showed up to. Where do you want to spend the fucking money, Bill? Do you want to spend it on the stupid shit, or do you want to spend it on the shit that's going to make a difference? We're spending $100,000 on a fucking social media shit that's non-existent.
You know what though? People are not paying attention to those numbers correctly in my view. Like they're seeing they're like, we only gained 36 shooters, right? I don't know what the real number is, but say that they're like, we saw the numbers, we spent all this money, and we only gained 36 shooters. But what they're not seeing is all the people that said, fuck it, I ran out of primers, I'm not spending $100 on a box of primers, and fuck you, and they dropped out of USPSA, and that spot being taken by a new shooter coming in that doesn't know any better. They just don't know the cycle that's going on there. And while
it's a huge cyclical rate.
But they don't see that. They see we've only gained 36 shooters.
Yeah, because
what's the point in spending all this money on advertising?
Because you know why? We only gained 36 shooters because their advertising fucking sucks. It's the worst advertising I've ever seen. It makes me want to murder people.
That's a little much.
Literally. I scroll through. I scroll through like social media. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, fuck, that sucks. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Jesus Christ, how much money are we paying these people? Like, I'm talking about that's cools or other people's shit. And the that sucks is USPSA.
You're so angry.
I'm not, but like, seriously. God. Seriously.
What can I do to get you involved, Trevor? What can I do to get you to go out there and make it better? I'm doing what I can, man.
They don't have enough money. They don't have enough money. I'm doing my part right here. This is my part.
I think they pay Shooting USA for advertising to offset them covering nationals.
Probably. Somebody said we need strippers. That could definitely liven it up.
I can't scroll through the comments to answer anything other than oh, here we go. Now I got it again. Oh, nope, it's gone again.
Somebody, liveshot.net, said I did this 10 years ago. 300,000 videos watched during the 2014 World Shoot. So 300,000 people watched the World Shoot. Now, you're telling me half that wouldn't watch a USPSA Nationals if they're seeing the good people shoot and it's interesting? Like,
where are we getting the $300,000?
300,000 people watched it.
Okay, where are we getting the money, the 300,000 to run the event, the live stream?
It's already in the fucking bank.
God, Trevor, you just talked about wanting to raise dues. You want to raise dues because we don't have any money, and then you're like, we've got a bunch of money. Help me understand, Trevor.
Listen,
you just want the money to be spent the way you want it to be spent.
no. That's not true. That's not true. I'm saying that if you wanted to make the sport grow the right way, you need to, one, organizationally from the ground up, it has to get better. On the local level all the way up to the top, right? But the marketing budget, honestly, if I was king for the day, I'm firing everybody and starting fresh, because an actual social media manager who has a track record of successful social media marketing might be a good hire, especially because you're about $20,000 over the mean salary for a really good one. So you could probably headhunt a really good one. Then, I don't know, let's do a live stream that actually works. We've already spent so much money on this nonsense. I wonder how much money's been burned on the current live stream. It's probably sickening, and it's garbage water. And then why don't we raise the dues and make the matches better? So we get more effort put into stages. We find ranges that can support it and do it in a time that it's not possibly going to blizzard. Hey, why don't we do it in like July or August when the weather's better, when we're in the fucking Alps? I mean, it makes sense. Get better fucking sponsors. Who's out there hustling sponsors? Because whoever it is fucking blows. Like, there's people who will sponsor. Look at fucking tactical games, bro. Like, nobody wants to watch some asshole lift and heavy shit, drop heavy shit, and then take 4 shots in 14 seconds at a fucking piece of paper. But guess what? They've got all the sponsors. You know why? Because somebody's out there hustling.
Well, it's also a multiple gun sport, and the multiple gun sports are really hot right now.
No, they're not. Tactical games is hot. What other multiple gun sport is hot?
All right. Well, so the multiple gun sports always have a lot. How do I describe this? They always seem to have a lot more money on prize tables than the pistol sports do.
Yeah, you know
And
why? They have more sponsors.
Well, there's also so much more equipment involved. Yeah, there's reasons for it. Like, I mean, rifles are just, you can be pretty promiscuous with a lot of rifle parts, but most pistols are, or anything to involve that pistol gear is really pigeonholed. So
I'm just saying, you know why it's so hard to get sponsors for these matches and for USPSA to get sponsorship?
You tell me.
Because nobody gives a fuck. Because nobody's advertising. Nobody's putting it out there. A sponsor says, cool, I'll sponsor nationals. What do I get in return? Oh, we'll feature you in our magazine. Like, fuck you. We'll put you on our social media that's non-existent. Oh, we'll put you on our YouTube that's non-existent. Oh, we'll have you on our podcast who nobody listens to. Oh, we'll like.
Well, I mean, you might have just pegged on something that's kind of, you pegged something, but you might have just
I'll
nailed
peg something, all right.
That's really, like, how many people at 11-1 match are even thinking about nationals as the event to test their skills?
Nobody.
But how do we
nationals?
fix that?
You know what? You know how you do that?
Listen,
Nationals,
Trevor,
90%. Okay, I'll shut up. You go. We'll take turns.
You and I, Trevor, can do something about that. If we can figure out something to do, starting at the local level, to make nationals look like it's more important, we can start at the lower level and work our way up to make nationals a better event. We don't have to wait on somebody getting elected as president to do it. Myself, hi everybody.
No, I'm here.
You're back.
Yeah. No, I'm saying
I was waving and stuff. I don't know.
I'm saying what could we possibly do? We have no organizational power. How are you going to make nationals look like something it's not? Anybody can go sign up for nationals. Nationals
Trevor,
isn't nationals.
am I helping the sport at all?
No, yeah, you are.
Do you, Trevor, see me as a person that helps the sport at all?
No,
I
yeah.
don't. I'm not in any kind of political power for this
No.
this
But
organization at all.
here's what I'm saying, right? If you want nationals to seem like nationals, then how about we do, I don't know, 90% of the national slots awarded for skill, not pass out slots to section coordinators to pass out to
How
their
does
90-year-old buddies. I'm talking
how
about
does that
go
how
to
does
an
that get
area
paid for?
match. What do you mean? How does it get paid for?
How does it
No, they
get
still
paid
got to
for?
pay, but you got to be invited. Like it's
Okay,
not. You
you
got to be
have to be in.
invited to it.
You have to be invited to pay to come down to this match in a place that you don't want to go shoot the match in a blizzard.
You know how much PGA players pay to go play on the PGA Tour? They don't go play for free. They pay a hefty fucking fee.
I don't know about you, but
You want to go do it?
I've been invited to nationals. I've
So
been
have
invited to
I.
nationals for performance at matches.
So have I. But what I'm
They
saying
do that.
is
How far
90%,
down? Oh my God.
90% of the people there need to be invited, skill monsters, and then go, okay, here's 75 slots for the poors.
Oh
You know
my
what I mean?
God. It has to be paid for though. You think that 90% of the sports that is high level shooters at section matches is going to come play nationals, and it's probably not going to be anywhere near that number.
It would be if it was a event with cool shit
Yeah,
that people actually want
you're
to come do.
you're not wrong. It definitely. I think it could use some kind of something
Ninety
other than
percent,
saying
90%'s a
other
little steep. I'm going to piss off a
other
lot of
than
people with
saying
that
it's like
statement.
yeah, other than saying it's like a level four, it's a 4 day event. Like I was like, holy shit, 4 fucking days! Oh my God, I don't want to shoot for 4 days in a row. I'm going to be at least, sick on one of those days for sure,
Yeah,
or at least, or I'll definitely be hungover for two of them. This is ridiculous.
yeah, definitely.
But I don't know. It's an interesting thing to tackle.
Here's
But
the
like,
here's the here's the problem though. Here's the problem that we're running into, and here's the problem we're going to run into, I think, for a while. Is everybody is so fucking scared to do anything that not everyone agrees with that nothing's going to change. Even if it's a great idea, they don't want
help
to
me
piss
under.
off half the people to make half the people happy, right? So like
Do you have an example because it seems really open?
so I'll use an example, but you're going to hate it. Um, Lowering major power factor in open. Now, no. Before you say something, let me tell you. Lowering it to 150, right? 150 power factor. Regular 9mm won't make it. Plus P will make it in certain
Are you going to
brands,
say
right?
something new because I've heard all of this
No.
before?
Listen. Listen. It doesn't affect anyone. 38 Super Comp still relevant. 9 Major still relevant. Open guns that are currently on the market are still relevant. Everything, blah, 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 blah. Nothing changes. The only thing that changes is now the ammo is safe. But they're so scared that they're going to piss off the old fucks that they don't want to make a change that makes pretty good logical sense. But, we don't want to change shit. We don't want to change anything. We don't want to change it. How about this? How about taking production and actually making it production? How about taking production and not making it basically carry optics without an optic? Like go back to the 10-round mag. Go back to 10-round mag capacity, but go back to like stock guns, right? They don't want to change that back, right? Because we come too far, right? And then they're like,
Well,
no single action and carry optics, but you can have a 59-ounce. You can have a 59-ounce CZ with brass grips and a brass flashlight and everything, and a fucking 1-pound trigger that doesn't move by 2 millimeters. But we can't have a single action gun, you fucking assholes. Like, it's stupid. Don't get me started. There are a bunch of everybody's a
I'm
pussy
proud of
and
you.
doesn't want
It
to
took
make the
you an hour.
changes.
It took you an hour and 15 minutes to bring those two topics up. I'm very proud of you.
You should be happy. No, but what I'm saying is it's a whole bunch of I don't want to make anybody angry because I want to get reelected. Instead of, hey, these changes might be good for the sport, let's make it. But you know what changes were made with no one's fucking, just nobody giving a shit. Hey, why don't we allow flashlights? There was no pushback on that. There wasn't even like, hey, are you guys interested in flashlights? Nobody was talking about it, but hey, guess what? We can have flashlights.
Yeah.
Hey,
It's
that's going to
super
make
cool.
everything better. Look. You ready? Oh,
Dude,
now there's a light.
I'm almost certain that if they had lowered the power factor instead of putting flashlights on, you'd be bitching about flashlights right now.
No, I wouldn't. Oh.
I don't know, dude. I think creating a new division is very stupid. I think it's going to just.
I think we should consolidate the divisions.
I think it's what it's gonna do is it's gonna break up a very successful division. Carry optics is very, very popular right now, and I think creating another division to allow the single action guns to go play with their optics is, I think that might be a bad idea.
Yeah, just add it into carry optics, bro.
I don't know about that either.
Why not? What's the difference?
I don't know. Well, there's a lot of difference.
Next time you see Brian, go play with his fucking carry optics gun, his Cajuned out CZ.
I didn't say it wasn't fun.
Go play with that, and then go play with your limited gun. They're the fucking same. There's no competitive advantage. Anybody who can say there's no competitive advantage, you're a fucking loser. Nobody likes you. Your mom hates you.
I'm gonna start playing Revolver again. That's it.
Just do it. I'm gonna shoot Revolver then. Anywho, now that we're way off topic,
I'm waiting for you to bring it back. I'm giving you the chance.
I'm bringing it back.
You've gotten your hissy fit out.
I'm bringing it back.
Recovering from the floor.
I'm gonna get so many emails and DMs after this. It's gonna be so amazing. I'll get some death threats, I think, for sure.
Oh, that was one of the best things about shooting the carry optics gun is going over and just beating anybody that had a 2011.
Yeah, exactly.
Anybody. But it was like the place that happened was always IDPA because that was the only direct competition. Yeah. So it was always like, oh yeah, I beat all them freaking 20. Oh shit, they're all old guys playing IDPA. Yeah, I should be ashamed of myself.
Yeah, for sure. No, so but I think that's a big problem. I think the board needs to just nut the fuck up and make some changes.
Well, I think you've got a long way to go there because I think you're only seeing it from your perspective.
I see it from their perspective too, because trust me, they all call me and tell me their fucking opinion.
It's a dangerous thing because they're actually asking, I guess one of the good things that came out of the Matt thing is that they're actually publicly talking about how much they do talk to the people in their area, where before you didn't never hear about it. Yeah. Now you actually hear about them reaching out to their area and they're talking to their shooters and stuff like that, and it seems like the data they're getting back is similar to the data I got, where they're like, nobody actually wants this. There's the comment that I was told to me by one of the area directors was like, it seems like only the people in the public eye are the people that want it. The people that are active on social media, that are running around doing live streams like Trevor and such, they're the only ones that want it. Like all of these competitors at level 1s and level 2s and all of my, all the other people that actually reach out to me in my area, nobody wants this but those guys. What do you want me to do about this? I'm like, don't get me wrong. I just wanted to know what you're hearing. I'm not trying to sway your opinion one way or the other. I just want to know what you were hearing. So.
Yeah, we are, yeah. Tim. Eat a dick. Tim asked if we were still bitching about single action carry optics. Yes, we are.
You were. No, you were.
No, I'm not. You know you want it to. No, I just honestly, I put a lot of stuff out about it, and even when I put polls out about it and shit, it's usually close to 45-55 one way or the other. But the same consensus is there's at least 1,000 to 2,000 people voting on it. So if they can vote on it, why can't you put a vote out? Why can't we have an email that says, hey, we're thinking about doing this, yay or nay, and see what happens? Now, now here's what they have to pay attention to. If 70% of people say, nah, I don't want it, but 30% of people say, fuck yeah, dude, that's awesome. Okay, well, clearly there's a 30% of the membership that would enjoy it. It doesn't hurt anything. It just allows one type of gun into the thing. Boom. Why don't we do that? There's some people that want it. Bam.
You're
The
not
majority
paying.
doesn't have to want it for it to make
Okay,
sense, because the majority of people don't want single stack, limited 10, fucking revolver. They're all stupid ass divisions, especially single stack. Only assholes shoot that, Tim. So
okay.
get rid of that altogether.
All you have to do is convince your area director that that's what you want and have him table the discussion.
Oh, I've done all of that,
it's
bro. It's like talking to walls.
if you can't get your area director to table the discussion, it's going to go nowhere. Once you get an area director in there that can table the discussion, if they decide they want it, there's enough interest in the sport because they're seeing enough interest in their area, then if they want to create a division or they want to create a change of division, they do have to get member input. So that's all in the bylaws now. But you still have to go through the process of making enough noise through the areas for their people to actually want to get it started. It can't be just Trevor and don't get me wrong, Trevor. But what it is when you do a poll on our social media, you have to remember that it's our viewers that are making those. The people that we've been talking to are the ones that are answering those polls. It's not everybody. It's mostly our fans, right? I mean, we got haters too, but it's mostly the fans that are coming in and putting the vote into it. So yeah, I mean, if USPSA did like a general vote or some kind of poll, like you're saying, that would be interesting to see. But I don't know that they're ready to do that right now with all of the 2 elections and everything else that they're doing right now. So,
like I said, I don't think,
especially
honestly,
for the 8 volunteer area directors.
Let me tell you where I see this going.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. 7. There's only 7 now.
7 area directors. Let me tell you where I see this going. Nothing changes for the better for the next 6 years.
Well, that's really...
No. Wait. Let me finish.
Pessimistic?
No, I think it's correct. Nothing changes for the better in the next 6 years. Social media doesn't get better. Advertising doesn't get better. Match quality doesn't get better. Whatever.
So what happens in 6 years? You're talking about another set of area elections.
Yeah, the same ones who have been in there for fucking forever will probably stay in there. Now here's what happens. Someone like Max Lee Grandis comes along and says, I can do this better. And starts up something new, pays attention, and within 3 years of it being around, maybe 5, USPSA is IDPA.
Because you're talking about creating a whole new sport.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The right way.
That would be a travesty. Well, it would be a different way. I mean, that's the whole reason IDPA and USPSA split up and were successful in their own rights anyways, because they both did it a different way.
Yeah.
So
I see it eventually cannibalizing itself. I don't see that
happen at all. I see whoever the next president is, out of the 4 candidates that are going in, they're all pretty ambitious. They all have something. They all think that the USPSA is not sunk. It can be. They don't even think it's really in trouble. Most of the noise we think about of USPSA being in trouble is coming from a lot of negative things that are being done just on social media. And it's just negative. Oh, this sucks because it's not the way I want it. Oh, we're in trouble because we're in a financial crisis because of all this stuff. Oh, this, that, and the other thing. And
really
it's just
not
negative,
in a financial crisis.
But nobody's going to a level 1 match and having a terrible time. Yeah.
No,
Nobody's going to a level 2 and be like, oh, this completely sucks, right? I mean, the sport is still fun. It's good. What we just need is some leadership to go in there and maybe redirect some of the energy and try to get the things that are happening on social media to be a little bit more in the positive direction. We don't have to be so negative all the time. I mean, seriously, look, dude, I love that you want a lowered power factor. You think it's awesome. And I love that you want there to be, single action guns or 2011s and carry optics and whatnot. That's awesome. But
those are like last on my list.
But hold on. I know, but listen, but I don't think it's also, I don't think it's like the board of directors being a bunch of assholes is really the reason. I think the reason is
I don't think they're assholes at all.
No, but you think they're scared to do it.
Oh, they definitely are scared to do it. 100%. They're scared to make any changes. But here's the thing. They also
but they're not getting that energy
Won't.
from their area to say, we want this change. They're seeing just Trevor saying, I want this change, and you're scared because you're not doing this change. It That negative cycle is just unhealthy for everybody.
So
I
here's
let's focus on some positive things, man. I'm
here's
not even a stoner. Like, I feel like a stoner
no, no,
right
no,
now.
no, no. Here's the best part of that. Area 6, not my area, right? Area 6 director. I've had nobody tell me that they were interested in that. I go to Area 6, bro. I must have been stopped by fucking 75 people. I was there, bro. Love it. Let's do it. Single action carry optics, lower power factor. Makes so much sense. Are you in this area? Fuck yeah. Well, email your area director.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Go
There's
go to,
definitely, but here's the
if
thing:
you
the
really
area
do, let's
directors
go
are
talk with
going
them
to
then.
their local club and going, "Hey, bro, guy I've known for 35 years, who I'm friends with. Do you think this would be smart?" No, of course not. I got
But this
things the
could be
same way
your
as you do.
this but this could be your campaign, dude. This could be you getting what you think is a good change out, is using this platform to tell your viewers, to tell your fans, hey, why don't we go start talking to our area directors? Which one of you
Yeah.
guys have emailed your area directors? For instance, I would love to see a shitload more people voting in this election than have in the past elections.
Oh, because
So
nobody's gonna vote, dude.
but this is the problem, is it's you're being negative already, and I'm just like, dude, let's be positive. Let's get the
All
word
right,
out.
let's
Let's
be
get
positive,
people.
Bill.
Let's tell them all you got to do is log into the website, cast your vote. It's going to take you like 2 minutes to do, unless you forgot your password. I can't help you there. But like, I've created some artwork. I've made it available to everybody. We can start telling people, reminding them that the election starts May 16th, and just get people to go on the website, make a decision, and make a choice. I don't care who you choose. Just go make a. Well, I mean, obviously I care, but but
Yeah,
generally, I just want to see you
Bill,
make a
are
vote
you
happen.
trying to sway people one way or the other?
I am trying to sway you to go vote. I don't
No,
care
yeah,
who it
yeah. You
is.
definitely got to go vote. But here's the
I
beauty
got
of it, right?
my
I,
choice, but
I think definitely having a good USPSA president is important. But what I'm excited to see is what the executive management that's going to be hired does. Um, I think that person, if it's a good hire and they're well vetted, is going to make a lot of the changes we're thinking needs to happen anyway on most levels. Because I think they're going to come in with a fresh
right.
perspective. Do not hire a shooter. I mean, fucking
No,
period.
you're talking about the management role, right?
I'm talking about the person that's going to actually run the organization. Yes.
Well, right now it's Jake. I mean, he's doing a shitload of work. I mean, look, the guy's not a fan of me. I get it, but he is working his ass off to try to keep the sport as good as it can be, and he gets a lot of flack. And look, I'm not in here flating the guy. I don't love, but what I'm saying is, look, he is actually doing a lot of the work that none of you are paying attention to. All of y'all see the social media thing is not as good as it can be. Well, I
It's
agree.
non-existent. It's
Well,
non-existent.
hold up.
You might as well shut the whole page down.
I think they should have a separate person just running the social media stuff,
Mm-hmm.
but it's only because Jake is already doing so much shit. Right? Like, oh my God, I don't want to be the guy.
Yeah.
but
No,
like,
but the person that they hire has to be somebody with a very, very well established track record of running a nonprofit, sports atmosphered company, or a for profit, hire from the for
well,
profit sector.
that
Uh,
is going to be the business side of USPSA,
yeah, and I
which I
think the
think,
business side will change a lot of what we're trying to accomplish anyway.
well, I think it's going to be good. So I kind of get the idea, right? I get the idea that if they have a business person doing the business side, like you said, it's a hired and vetted position, and then they do an election. You can pull a shooter in for the president and have the president try to guide where the shooting part of the sport is going, while you have somebody business related handling the business side of the sport, and you don't have that conflict where shit can happen. I get that. I get that other people wish that the president had more power, like Mike did, but it got dangerous, and there was some fuckery going on behind the scenes that is really much better for the organization not to have right now, or not to have, period. So yeah, um, I think I think the guy that goes in that position is going to be the one that is actually going to be, um, let's see, saddled with the responsibility of fixing where everybody's attention is right now, and that's the cost of USPSA running versus the amount of money that the sport brings in. So
Yeah.
that's going to be that person's entire fucking help us figure this out, and then the board has to make the final decision on. But it's still going to be this guy is like, hey, we're depending on you to help us figure this shit out.
Yeah, there's a fuck that in that job.
Yeah, that's a fuck that for me. But I mean, there's people that are really good at it, and I hope they find somebody that's successful and can turn that money around without having. I mean, yeah, should the dues be raised? Yeah, sure, probably. I mean, like you said,
Definitely.
it's been a long time since they've been raised. I don't know why people are. I don't know why. It'll definitely be a little bit more of a sticker shock to folks trying to come into the sport as a new shooter. Maybe there could be some kind of program there. I don't know, but I don't know. I think if you're coming into the sport, I think paying an extra, $20 a year is probably not going to be a lot for you at first, especially with the price of everything fucking skyrocketing right now. But everything but my paycheck, right?
Think about how many people go play golf.
Oh, no, like I said, I don't disagree
Every
that
time you
people will
go
still
play
come
golf at
play.
a Muni course, it's going to be $60, right?
But
At
I'll tell you right
least,
now,
plus your
people
golf
people
balls and
people paying attention now should probably, that are worried about the price going up and worried about affording it. And with their tax season just hitting and everybody's starting to get their refunds back, maybe now's a good time to become a life member.
yeah, for sure. I agree with Tim. Tim
What's
said,
Tim say?
Tim's saying, and just because the minority wants something doesn't mean it's good or worthy either. Yeah, for sure. No, but I think if something makes very, very good sense and has no negative repercussions, why not do it?
You're talking about the power factor.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah,
Wouldn't it be
yeah.
nice for Federal to be able to supply all the ammunition for the entire nationals there? Set up a Federal booth and sell ammo there? Oh my God,
I'm
bro. How
sorry.
awesome would that
Are we
be?
talking about the same company that said, fuck you guys, no primers for the rest of the year?
Yeah, they're going to
Is
sell
that,
the shit out of
that's
their ammo, though, aren't they?
the same company though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
fuck
They
you guys
want,
that have reloading presses?
yeah, fuck those guys. Buy your ammo at the match.
Jesus Christ. See, you have a disconnect of people that can
No,
afford it because
but here's the
people
thing.
that can afford it because they have their own press at the house.
It's
And
about
you're
to not
saying,
be the
fuck all of
case.
those
It's
guys.
about to not be the
Look,
case anyway. You're about to have to go buy ammo. So what happens to those guys? Why not?
look,
Wouldn't it be great if you could compete in all the divisions with off the shelf ammo if you really wanted to? You can go buy Plus P and make it. What's up, baby? But you're about to
I,
not. I mean,
I love
literally, the
you,
sport's about
but
to
you've got
die
rich
when
man
primers
disconnect. So
become.
you've got rich man disconnect session going on over here.
No,
Listen, you're
dude.
not even listening to yourself. You're like, fuck those guys. They can go buy ammo. I'm like, dude, they can't afford it without reloading. And you're
No,
like,
no,
fuck those
no,
guys. Go
no, no,
buy
no,
ammo.
no, 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 no.
It's not going to be
Here's
cheaper.
stop, 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 stop. I'm talking about at matches. If you wanted to go to a major match and you didn't want to fly with ammo or have to fuck around with making it, and you'd rather just shoot match ammo,
See, you weren't listening.
why not be able to
But
do
I'm
it?
telling you, Federal just said, well, not just, but they said, fuck all you guys. We're not releasing primers for the rest of the year. And you're like, oh, that would be great because they're putting it into ammo. And I'm like,
No, no, no,
no.
no. That's not what I was saying. You were misinterpreting what I was saying. You were misinterpreting what I was saying. I'm saying
Well,
that
help me understand.
they're putting all of their money into ammo. So why not find a way, if they're putting all their money into ammo, to make them a viable sponsor for USPSA by saying, hey, why don't you come sell some ammo at these major matches and make it easier for people to get ammo at the major matches, offered at a discount,
You know what?
right?
Excellent point. Here's my question to you now. You ready? How is Federal helping USPSA be a better sport?
Oh, fucking not at all.
Why should our number one thing be to support that company then?
Well, they would have to supply they
Now,
would
hold on.
no, no, no.
Hold on.
Here's
Let
the
me
thing.
preface this a little bit.
They have
It's
to
not
pay
that
for that, right? They have
I
to pay
don't
for that,
hate
right?
Federal. Hold on. I don't hate Federal. I'm not mad at them or anything. They're doing business decisions. That's completely fine with me. What I'm saying is Federal, as a sponsor of the sport, is not really helping the sport all that much. They are giving the sport, let's say they're giving the sport ammo so that we can shoot ammo at the demo booth. It's not really supporting the match. Well, they're giving us these great discounts. You're right. They are giving us great discounts, and that's awesome. As a shooter, I can afford a little bit more ammo now because I have this discount. But as far as making the sport better, making the match better, that does not make the match better.
No, no, for sure. They should have to pay cash to
That's okay.
to USPSA, but they should.
You're right. But this is where I've tried to start this discussion. Let's maybe try to change our thing. Like, what was I saying? Like, oh, we're asking for $1,500 in sponsorship of product for a stage. I'm like, that's awesome. I was like, if that's what you want to do, please keep doing that. We will definitely support your business as much as we can. But our porta potties this year is going to cost us $300 to have them pumped out. If you would pay for our porta potties instead, I will totally make you the same exact level of sponsorship.
Hey,
That's
you,
how
did you
important. But
did
that's
you
how important the cash thing is to a match.
did you know that Federal sponsors the live stream?
They do. Do they sponsor the live stream with anything financial?
If they do, it's not enough
I don't know. I'm not seeing what's going
because
on
the live
match wise
stream
behind the
currently
scenes.
fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't sponsor that live stream. If I was Federal, I'd be like, I'm not putting my name on this.
I'd sponsor it. I'd sponsor it just because I want to see my logo all over the place.
Right? Oh, dude, you remember Low Cap Nationals when they first rolled out the live stream? Who was it? It was God dang it, Hunter Constantine walked up to the mic while it was live streaming, and did a plug for one of his sponsors. Tim, enough
Oh,
would be making it viable as an actual revenue line item, as in, hey, we have a live stream that's making X amount of money and costing us X amount of money, and look, we're in the positive.
well, I
So
think actually right now, I think enough myself would mean that it's whatever the sponsorship that they're bringing in for the live pays for the live completely.
mhm.
That for me right now would be enough.
Yeah,
If
for
if it
sure.
if it didn't cost the match, if it didn't cost the organization money to put the live on, that would be enough from whatever number of sponsors it takes to reach that enough number.
Yeah, apparently Federal paid for a lot of the equipment, according to Steve Moneypenny. But how do you know, Steve? You're not even the president.
Federal laid
They
for
laid a lot of the equipment. Nice. No, but I don't know.
paid for a lot of the equipment. Oh, that's awesome. If that's what they did, that's outstanding.
Yeah, that'd be great, but we don't know that.
Awesome.
We don't know
I
that.
don't know. We're having to sit here and make assumptions.
It
Oh,
was
it was on
on.
Jake's podcast.
Jake has a
Oh shit.
podcast.
Well, he said it was Jake's podcast, but it's supposed to be the USPSA podcast. And
Oh, see, there's that
I've heard sev-
advertising shit the bed again. Look at that.
I've heard several people calling it Jake's podcast, which
Yeah, I wonder
is
why.
not supposed to be the way it is.
Yeah, I wonder why. Hashtag worst marketing in sports.
Oh man, that's a shame. I don't know. I get so discomforted when I know that somebody's working really like when somebody shits on a match director and they were really doing everything they possibly could. I'm just
Listen, man, life's not fair.
like
Sometimes your
damn.
best is not enough. It just is what it
Yeah.
is. All right. Listen, I have worked with
Sometimes the
people.
180 should have been 185. I
Listen,
don't
I
know.
have worked with people who try their ass off but just suck. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you just got to cut the cord when the cord's got to be cut. You know what I mean? Again, this is people showing concern but don't really have any true idea about things. Tim, you don't have any idea about diddly dick. I don't want to hear from you.
Well, I don't know. Like I've never tried to solve the problem of everything. I do what I can. I'm waiting for confirmation on whether or not there is like something that I am trying to tackle right now. But I'm waiting for a call back from Spanky about what he's
Yeah.
shooting after. So we'll see if I can get something going there. But it's if people actually see something that they think they can help make better and they try to make that better, I would I really think that would be a good way for sponsorship or people or smaller companies or even say Tim Heron Shooting to say that, I can help that right there by doing this. And they approach somebody, say you go to like the match director of your local match because you work at a sawmill, and you're like, hey, you guys are doing this. We want our sawmill to be a big sponsor of the match by giving you guys, a great discount on some lumber. And if the match can't turn around and say, well, are you going to be able to make the $1,500 in sponsorship? I think it's a shitty way of doing it. I think you should be like, oh, that would be awesome. Yeah, we could totally make something work, right? You're going to help me make the match better. You're going to help me help the sport. Let's do that. And
Yeah.
I think I'm only doing what I know how to do, I guess. let's all find a way. Fuck, you and I can change the things that we can change, and let's focus on that.
I can't change shit. I just like getting on here and ruffling people's feathers like Tim. It's amazing.
Well, I mean, you guys are almost the same height, right? About 3'4". Where are you guys at now?
Yeah, listen, Tim almost comes up to my nipples, I think.
It's like, who is it? I gave somebody a hug recently where they were so fucking tall. I just laid my head in like, like I was a little kid. It was my dad.
Yeah. Somebody actually said we're the smart minds. Oh my God.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus.
I hate it when people see me as like the example. I'm not. I'm an example. Let's help me find better ways. If you got an idea, I want to hear it. Come
Tom
send me a
said
DM.
Single Action Guns should sponsor all the Carry Optics Nationals. There's only one Nationals. But hey, I mean, I imagine if they were allowed, Staccato would throw a lot of money into it.
Yeah, well,
So would Infinity.
Cash. You think they'd do Cash?
Oh, yeah. I'm sure they would.
Hmm.
I
We're
think you'd be
doomed. Oh
surprised
my
of how
God.
much cash is thrown into the tactical games.
I'm curious about that. I wanted to go this year, and I just got so busy doing all of the freaking Go Fast Don't Suck stuff. I just didn't have time to even remember to register for the damn thing.
Yeah, I got talked into doing one. I'm kind of nervous.
I should find one to sponsor and show up with my booth.
You should, actually. You would make a
There's,
fuck ton of money.
there's got to be one around here somewhere.
Dude, it's all those CrossFit people who love just like, new gear. This
I should sell
motherfucker's
like
got stickers.
patches. I got patches for your plate
We
carriers.
got patches.
Come
Oh
on.
my God. I can put it on
Uh,
my plate carrier and look cool
there
for
you
the
go.
for the gram.
That what's really fucked up is that another thing that we've done this year. One of my guys talked me into it. My local gym is just like a normal big, almost like a big box gym. They've got a lot of equipment and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did is Go Fast Don't Suck paid for the affiliation for the MurphChallenge.com, the charity there,
Mm-hmm.
and we hung up the banners, and the gym is letting us host that event there for free. So we're doing a whole the Murph on Murph Day for for a big event over there, sponsored by Go Fast Don't Suck.
Over where?
It's in Delaware,
Over
but it's
there? Over there?
yeah, over there. It's over my home gym. We're gonna go try to sucker a bunch of people into coming out and beating their bodies up with us. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, I think, but that's like along the lines of the CrossFit thing, right? So I would
Yeah.
love to I need to figure out how to get in there next year and become a sponsor of one of the tactical games, guys. I'm doing a falling steel match this year. It's not beyond my scope to just do whatever kind of practical shooting sport is out there. So
Yeah. I don't know. I just have a hard time watching a business, which is what USPSA is. It's essentially a business. All right. I can say it's nonprofit, but it's a fucking business. Watching what's happening and going, should we change anything? What do you think? No? What do you think? No? Nah, fuck it.
yeah. Well, the business is supposed
Like
to
lack
exist
of
to
lack of
support.
sponsorships, lack of income, lack of advertising, lack of new membership. The four fundamental things you're supposed to have, you don't have,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah,
why are we just going, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. Looks good. Give it the
no.
green light.
I think the idea is that
especially when they
the
look
thing,
over yonder there.
yeah, the things that can be changed are putting some more of the right people in different positions or creating some new positions. But being strapped right now for cash with having to go in a negative budget already is not going to help the situation. So it's kind of like a sick cycle that we get into unless we get somebody in there to see some idea or has some ideas that can actually make
I
some
think
changes from the
I
top.
think that's where that executive manager is going to come in. I think that person's going to look at the numbers and go, "Fuck this! We're not doing this, and this. We're going to do this, and this. Take it or leave it." And they're like, "Looks good. Why? Oh, we're going to make X amount of money and stop wasting X amount of money. Great, let's go." Because no offense to listen, the guys that are currently doing what they're doing, right? I'm aware of a few of them being successful people in the business world, right? When I say that, I mean run businesses, not work a job for 40 years and call yourself a successful business person. I'm talking about actually successfully running businesses. So they may not have the knowledge required to right the ship, right? Because yes, there are area directors and we elected them by popular vote, but honestly, people just elect whoever they think is cool. I think in order to be an area director, dude, you got to actually understand the fucking business and understand what makes money and how to spend money. And I honestly think only a few of them currently do. Not saying who's who, but on top of that, why are we wasting all this money on advertising that's clearly not working? Why are we wasting money on advertising budgets that's clearly not working? Why are we wasting money on salaries for people who clearly fucking suck at their job? Right? Why is it happening? Because nobody's standing up and going, "This is fucking stupid. It's costing us X amount of money, and we could be putting it into this instead." Right? So honestly, if I was the shareholder in a business and it was running like this, I'd be like, go ahead and pull all that money back and get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Well, don't ever forget that a lot of the people that are out there that are angry about the bylaw changes and all of that jazz, like there's people that are still like legitimately really angry about the bylaw changes. They're going to be out there saying, "Well, you're completely wrong. The popularly elected president should still have all of those powers to make the
No.
organization better." And I'm just like, man, you guys are.
No, because here's the thing. We'll use Matt as an example, right? So Matt was what? What did he do at CZ Forever? Like marketing something?
I think he's a purchasing manager over whatever his
Purchasing
new
manager,
company.
right?
Yeah, something
So
like
he
that.
was a purchasing manager for CZ, right? Not for the whole company, right? For, I'm sure, a small sector.
Whatever his, yeah.
Yeah, so let's look at that, right? So his experience, all right, yeah, he's a popular guy. Okay, yeah, he's been a shooter for a while. He's been at shooting for a while. Does he know diddly dick about running a multi-million-dollar nonprofit sports organization? No. So why the fuck would we put him in charge of it?
That's what blew me away. Why so many people were
Same
angry
with
about it.
like the presidential thing's fucking stupid in my opinion. I think they need to just go for profit, ditch the whole nonprofit bullshit, go for profit, had a paid for board of intelligent business people and a paid for executive manager, a CEO, a CFO, and a COO, and run this motherfucker like a business and make it an actual sport. You don't see fucking the guys running sports organizations. Oh, everybody liked me, so I got the job. Like, no.
What do you think? How do I start this question? How many people have you brought into the sport?
Quite a few.
This isn't a judgmental question.
No, quite a few.
Try to figure 20 people.
No, more than that. Fuck, I had 94 kids in my youth shooting group. At least half of them shoot sport now or some shit like that.
Okay, so say you brought 50 people into the sport.
But way more than that. I mean, I've introduced a lot of people to the sport.
Would you say that's the rule or the exception?
What do you mean?
As far as a normal like everyday guy that goes to local matches and sectionals, bringing in
Oh, they're
people to the
gonna they're
sport.
gonna bring they're gonna bring in maybe 5 to 10 people their whole lifetime if they shoot the sport.
Right. And then we've got people dropping out, whether it's age, illness, or, family events and all of that jazz. So it's like I don't know that I see this sport growing to the point where it's like a NASCAR. Do you?
No, no. Well,
Okay.
no,
So I mean,
no, not even close.
how much of a business level do you think we need to lose our nonprofit status to go like, oh, full business mode? Like we're not going to be the NBA, right? I mean,
No, no, no. But think about it this
so I
way,
mean,
like,
realistically, I'm not seeing it happen as far as like making it a business and taking and it making it better for the shooters. I think it's going to need to stay a nonprofit because to
hold on
make
one
it for
second.
the shooters and without being like, a 200,000 people participation event or sport. I don't know. It's not like the Tough Mudder. You can't just, throw up a thing in the field and have, a thousand to 3,000 people show up to go splash around in the mud for a weekend. It's, it's just not easy to play the sport, to register to play and to understand the rules. So it's going to be as niche as it's been.
No, yeah, I agree, right? But it can be ran better. So, um, like, I'm on here right now. Hold on.
Still running it like a business while it's being a nonprofit. That I don't see that being necessary, or not necessary, but not that's how it's going to be done is the idea, right? I don't think it needs to be pulled out of nonprofit status at all.
No, 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 no. I mean, it doesn't have to be, but I'm saying if you want it to actually turn, and Mike's right. Mike Stoker said, um,
Look at
nobody,
Shrek.
hold on, where is it at? He said, it's too small of a business for any serious businessman, not worth the headache unless they are looking to get back. No, yeah, you hire a CEO and go from there.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
like the top 25 shooters on the planet need to put their foot down and be true ambassadors, and that's true. I mean, there's too much
true
infighting
ambassadors.
because,
What do you mean?
well,
What
the
do you
way I'm
think he
looking at it
means?
is, well, what I think it means is there's infighting, right? We're too busy loudly arguing in public about something that may not be as important as you really think it is, and you're not going and having discussions. Well, maybe you are, but they're not saying what you want to say, so you go and just take it public to bitch about it there, and it's not really going to help the sport. Like if we can resolve these differences or talk about these differences, and then as a general sport be like, okay, well that's not what we're doing right now, and just move on and show people how great the sport is and how much fun it is, instead of just be like, well, this would be I bring you into the sport, but you can't shoot that gun because you'd have to. It's a trash gun, or that we don't have 2011s yet, or you can never go major power factor until the board gets our shit together, right? Like I mean, it seems like a lot of the top shooters are either quiet, we don't hear from them, or the general public doesn't hear from them, or they're just like angry all the time. I'm like, I don't know what to do with angry and quiet guys. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. No, I think, yeah, yeah, you're probably right.
Help us show some love of the sport. I'm not a GM. I've not made GM status at all, and it's really
Me either.
I want to make master in everything now.
Excuse me.
Oh, that was gross.
What
That
do you
was
mean? You couldn't even see it.
Jesus. No, but it was just still like in my ear hole.
It was aggressive,
Oh.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was awesome.
I tried to cover the
But
mic and didn't work. It probably acted as a like a amplified effect. Yeah, no. A lot of them. A lot of those guys are. They can't. A lot of those guys at the tippy top are restricted. A lot of what they can actually do.
yeah, that's
Um,
good. They're sponsored, you know.
yeah, but that's on them.
That is on them. I think
I'm sponsored,
I don't know.
and I make
Well,
dick jokes on a podcast.
That's the beauty of it. My whole fucking company is dick jokes. So
Yeah, so you're obviously not negotiating your contract correctly.
no, I am not negotiating. But yeah, it's I don't know. There's some of them that do a good job, and you see them being active and promoting the sport, and you see them really active on social media in a positive fashion. And man, those guys, I love following those guys because I want to support what they're doing. I may not buy that firearm because it's not for me, but I love what you're doing, buddy. Keep going.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, a lot of those guys though, like the Maxes and the JJs and all that, like they're actual employees. They're not just a sponsored shooter, right? They're employees.
well, yeah, but that's
And
what
they do a
what
lot of other stuff besides just shooting for that company.
right. I mean, when's the last time you've seen? I don't know. You said Max. I'm going to say Max, right? So everything I've ever seen Max promoting in the past, whatever, is all SIG products, which is great. But I mean, I can't remember the last time I've seen Max promoting USPSA.
No, yeah.
Have you? I can't think of an example. That doesn't mean it didn't
USPSA
happen, by the
doesn't
way.
USPSA doesn't pay him.
But other than SIG paying for his picture to be in the USPSA magazine, it's not that Max doesn't like the sport because he goes around and
Yeah,
shoots it all the damn time, at least, right? Like,
yeah. Mike, it's so easy to build a business on dicks. You just don't know how to do it correctly.
uh,
It all goes
just
hand
all
in hand. Yeah. I don't know.
yeah.
USPSA, I think, doesn't tap into their shooters as much as they should. Um, like, I feel like there's a lot of instructional video and free tips and tricks and shit that they could be reaching out to some of those shooters to do for them. I think they'd be surprised what answer they got. Or pay them, dude. Pay for them. It's advertising. It's a commercial. Whatever. Pay for it. You're paying $100
Yeah.
grand for somebody to not post on social media.
Well,
So why not pay those
and
guys?
that's actually within the scope of the presidency that almost every one of the candidates has at least said, whether it's in the Q&A or they said it on my podcast or I've heard them say it in some other forum.
Yeah.
Every last one of them has some sort of agenda along those lines, whether it's, you know, building a bank of stages to doing promotional videos that actually tell people about the sport and stuff like that. Almost all of them I've heard that from at some point in the past, 8 months.
Not only that, dude, there's bangers of shooters that have great social medias that are monsters that put a lot of effort into their content.
They
And
do. And
USPSA could be, listen, those guys won't care if you repost their shit.
well, it's not only that, but
If you're going to repost shooters, why not repost
we're,
the ones that people actually want to
we're,
watch?
we're getting back into spending money, right? But if USPSA was to spend some of that marketing budget on maybe chucking those guys some money to say, hey, we would like you to do a video along the lines of what we see you doing
Uh-huh.
about this topic that we can use for our uses only. And that would be great. I mean, it gets that guy out. He's, further
Mm-hmm.
promoting his stuff and it gets something content wise over there. That might even not be necessary. If you're going to let this guy wear his sponsor gear while he talks about USPSA on a video that's going to be USPSA related, he may not
Then
even
he don't
ask you
even
for
need to get
cash.
paid. Yeah, he probably
He may
won't.
not even ask you for cash.
Probably won't.
He maybe just be happy to use the thing. But if you're not actively reaching out and asking those guys, they may not just decide to do it for you. So
Yeah.
yeah, and my problem is while I'm a decent enough shooter to do what I do, I don't think I'm at the level to instruct. There are things that I feel like I can instruct people, and I do that where I can. So me making a video would feel really pretentious, and yeah, that's the right word. So I don't. That's why you don't see me doing it. That's the only reason I haven't done them.
I'm right there
I
with you,
feel like
dog.
it's like I'm good, but I'm not at that level.
Yeah.
None of the guys on my team are at that level. Maybe I can get Matt Hempel to do one. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm right there with you. You see the people on Instagram that have no business doing it, but are like, oh, here's a 14-page essay under a mildly spicy video explaining how to
Yeah.
be faster and better. And half of
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense, and you're just like, fucking bang, 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 click, click, reload, bang, bang, bang. Like that's what I feel like doing.
Yeah, Stoker, I'll make a video of what not to do. Every one
Yeah,
of these last
exactly.
videos are a video of what not to do.
Oh my god, that's mean. Mike's a good shooter.
He is, but if I don't give him a hard time, he doesn't think I love him.
Yeah, I know. I do the same thing. That's why I said fuck you, Mike.
Oh,
But no, there is a lot of positives to the sport. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And
I mean,
listen,
honestly,
listen, everything I talk about, listen, dude, trust me, all the ADs know exactly where I stand. And I've sent them a lot of clerical data. And I have sent them a lot of ideas that I think would help better the organization. And some of it I get the feedback like, dude, that's actually pretty good. We're actually take a look at that. And some of it they're just like, meh, we don't want to piss anybody off. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
but if you want to see shit change, like you gotta email your area director. You
you
can't
do.
just come on here, listen to me bitch about it, and be like, he makes great points,
Yep.
or listen to it and say that guy's a fucking idiot and not do anything. If you think I'm a fucking idiot, email your area director. Hey, I heard this asshole on this podcast. Fuck that guy. Like,
Dude,
don't do anything he does.
Having a great idea is like the easiest part of actually, having an idea. You get the idea and you're like, oh, this is brilliant. And then executing it sucks. So you put it off on somebody else. If you can, you give it to somebody else. You're like, hey, can you guys execute this? I think it's a really good idea. And what happens is maybe they get the idea and like, holy shit, this is a really good idea. How do we execute this? Hold on, I got to go do my day job.
Yeah.
Hold on, let's come back to trying to execute this. Did we talk about this yet? I can't remember,
Yeah. So are alphas to win, are you asking why don't I run or why doesn't Bill run? David's on here. What's up, Wampler?
We might have different answers.
Yeah. It's pretty simple why I don't run.
So, well, let's both answer it then. Why don't you run?
I'm not taking a fucking pay cut. You're out of your damn mind. Hell no. I make too much money and enjoy what I do to quit doing what I'm doing right now. And it allows me to shoot as much as I want while still making the amount of money that I make. So why would I take a significant pay cut to go deal with people like me? Fuck that.
Apparently we could just knock you out in the parking lot and call it a day.
Exactly, bro. Hey, I would have had way more respect.
Yeah.
I'd have been like, damn, that's a gangster. Don't fire him. Like, keep that fool on.
Whooped my ass in the parking lot and gave me a swirly. What a champ. No, my problem right now is partially similar. I would have to take a pay cut. It would absolutely kill Go Fast Don't Suck, and I'm using Go Fast Don't Suck right now to drive all of the change that I can do from where I'm at.
Yeah.
So if I tried to take any actual political like presidency or area director, I probably would just have to stop doing Go Fast Don't Suck because of the conflict it would create, business wise and everything like that. Even the part-time thing, because I mean, honestly, I want Go Fast Don't Suck to be able to do some things for nationals or World Shoot or something like that. But I wouldn't be able. I would feel like that's really a big conflict as the president. So
it's the same reason.
If you guys want me to kill Go Fast Don't Suck, maybe I'll give it a shot. What do you think? Maybe I should do a poll.
No, fuck no, don't do it. No, same reason I won't run. That's a similar reason why I won't run for AD. I got told because Area 4 is up for election. Hey, why don't you run for Area 4 director? No, because I can't do this right here. I can't sit on a podcast and actually say what I feel. I can't go to a match and have fun with my buddies. You know what I mean? I got to be serious, and I've got to just change. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to be able to sit on a podcast with Bill Duda, make dick jokes, get drunk, and piss in a corner, and nobody says anything. Right? I'm not risking losing my area director spot. You know what I mean?
Oh.
It's just not me. And plus, like, I can't.
Well,
I can't go to matches and have the fun that I have. Like, I can't go to matches and goof off with my buddies and have some fun. And then when it's my turn to shoot, yeah, I'm a serious guy. But when I'm not shooting, like, I want to have fun with my friends, and my friends want to have fun with me.
Well, if you do decide to do it, don't come and lie to me because I'll probably try to make your life miserable.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Trevor likes to talk too much shit to be in a political position. Facts, dude. Facts. Those guys would not want me in that board of directors room. I'll tell you that right now, because listen, I don't do business with friends because I am a savage when it comes to business, and they would not like what would be said to them in certain occasions. I wouldn't be on
Well,
everybody's Christmas card. I can tell you that.
do we still do Christmas cards? I didn't get mine from you last year. It's total bullshit.
I don't know. I don't
I
think
think
we
you
have
were.
a Christmas
I
card.
think you.
If we
I sent
did
one
have
out.
Christmas cards, I don't know.
I'm not completely nude because of the hat, the Christmas hat, but otherwise,
Oh man, I
um,
didn't get one of those. I'm gonna be pissed.
no, that was your fault. You weren't on my mailing list. You got to contact
Son of
my
a
wife.
bitch. Son of a bitch. Oh, that's depressing.
Well, I mean, I think it's just, I'm excited to see who actually, who wins the election and see what they think they can get done in a year and a half. So
In a
there's
year and
not
a
a lot of
half,
time,
not much.
not much, but I mean, it could be substantial. If you get somebody in there that can redirect some of the energy into, promoting the sport and, and looking down to the lower levels and finding a way to help them help you. And
Yeah.
because it's all gonna be level ones, man. Nationals is great, and I'm glad we can do them. And if we can get them to a point where they pay for themselves and they become a premier event, that's awesome. But that's not where most of USPSA is happening, bro. It's all local matches. I mean, or local or the section matches where the local guys can get together. You're going out here to, um, and we talked mostly tonight about national level and USPSA level stuff, and it's really a lot of the local guys. If we can find a way to make sure that the local match director that's been doing it for the last 15 years has somebody that younger that's in the sport now that can look up and say, you know what, I can be the match director. I can come in and help that position, and maybe I'd like to see some stages a little different than what we're doing now, maybe a little bit more challenging or whatnot, and drive that. Let's drive the recycle of bringing some fresh blood in and helping the local clubs out too. So,
Yeah.
um,
I've been saying for a while, I think there should be a position that all they do is go around and help support local clubs.
that'd be interesting. Yeah,
Yeah.
somebody to go out and
And then
just
on
attend
top of
local
that,
matches
there
and
should be a way, there should be a list of there should be a spot for local clubs to be able to go on USPSA's website and have all the support they need. You need to know who to buy this from. Go here. Here's a discount code that USPSA can use, and you get discounts as a club. You need stage design ideas. Here's a catalog of a shit ton of stages, how to set them up. Boom, boom, boom. You want to know how to run what? Here's videos on how to do all that shit. Right? There's a lot that could be used. You need sponsors for a level 2 or a big level 1 match. Perfect. Here's a list of all the sponsors that want to be involved in USPSA. Here's all their contact information. Here's where you need to send the emails. Boom, boom, boom. Here's the documentation
yeah.
they're going to need. Boom, boom, boom. That's stuff
I
that the
mean,
organization can be doing right now that they
that's a
oversee, that there's oversight on, that nobody's paying attention to, that's been brought up by me
yeah.
and gone nowhere. Wouldn't that be great?
Listen to my great idea.
But
No,
isn't that
but
a good idea?
it is. It's something the area. I mean, you got to remember this organization was created before the internet, but that's something that the area directors are supposed to be doing, right? They're supposed to be going around to matches and seeing what they might need and helping them find resources and things like
Not
that. Yeah, it would.
not for a
I hope. I'm
part-time volunteer, a publicly elected position.
again supposed to be, and was all but yeah, it would be better if it was better, if there was a better resource. And like I said, that's something that all of the candidates have talked about.
Steve, no offense, I have no
So
idea who the fuck you are. So I'm not reading your bullet
shit,
points. Just being real.
you
When you introduce
did you just
yourself
say
at
you
wherever at
oh,
limited 10 nats or classic nats, sure, then I'll know you. But I honestly, no offense, guy, I had no clue.
yeah, but let's seriously, so the two important things is if you think there's a way you can help out your local club or your local section match, please step up and say something. You don't even have to do it all by yourself the first time,
No,
just go
yeah,
up and,
dude.
even if you're helping walk the tablets around the range until you can learn how to help them do the tablets better, um, and go out and vote. I mean, please, like, just pick somebody, go vote. Man, I want to see those numbers. I want to see the numbers up. How do we get people to get
Hold on
to
one
their
second.
computer to log
Honey,
in?
what do you need? You
Uh-oh,
need what?
he's getting yelled at. She needs an
You need the
orgasm. She hasn't
stand?
had one in like a long
Oh, you
time.
definitely can't have this stand. Grab Dad's.
How
Dad
about that?
doesn't need his.
Is that your kid? That's not your. I hope that's your wife.
No, that's my wife.
Oh, thank God.
Why?
Oh, because of the jokes you'll have to listen to later. You weren't paying attention to me.
What were you saying?
No, don't worry about it. You'll listen to it later on your podcast.
Oh, okay. Yay. I got to go back and listen to my own podcast. Fuck.
It's the worst,
It's
isn't
going to
it?
be miserable.
I hate the
Dude,
sound of my own voice.
dude,
I don't know
I
how you guys
freaking
do
hate
it.
it. I can't listen to it. I can't do it. I try to go back and listen to make sure I didn't fuck anything up. And I'm like, you know what? I'll get an email if it's fucked
Dude,
up. I don't know.
for like 2 months, I knew the time code of where I pulled the dildo out the first one, so that I could just switch right over to it. Didn't have to hear myself otherwise.
Yeah. No, my wife. So the stand that I have all my shit on, my wife was like, "I need that." I'm like, "You're fucking not getting this right now. I'm busy."
Shrek's timing me out.
Yeah. What did he say? He said she hasn't had an orgasm in years. Organism in years. Organism or orgasm?
I'm sure I said orgasm.
Oh yeah, probably not.
You asked her. You said, "What do I need?" Or "What do you need?" And I said, "Probably an orgasm." She probably hasn't had one of those in years.
Oh, hey dude, listen. It's a fucking sprint, not a marathon. It's not my fault you came in second, okay?
Yeah. We've all done your second place trophies, I'm sure.
Yeah. Listen, I'm a fucking winner, okay? It's not my
Oh,
fault you're a
just
loser.
not just not against me so far.
Yeah, fuck you. I've beaten you before.
Ah, show me
I'm
the practice score
100%
results.
positive I have.
Show me the practice score results.
Are you shooting limited 10 nats this year?
I'm not shooting any nationals this year. Not for any
None?
reason other than I'm just busy.
You
I'm
suck.
doing 14 matches this year where I'm traveling to them with the booth. So,
Nobody gives a
and
fuck, Bill.
fucking two of them remain. I'm doing areas 6, 7, and 8 this year. So that's interesting.
I think I'll be at a couple of those.
You were at 6. Maybe you'll make it all the way through 7 this year.
I think 7 I'll be up there because isn't that the one that is over by Atlas and them?
It is.
Yeah, so
It'll be up in Maine this year. So what's the name? Ah, shit. I'm really bad with names. I was going to try to say the name of the club. I think it starts with an H. So the same range they have the Trident benefit match up there. So
I'll be there for the Trident benefit for sure.
I'll see you. I'll see you at both of those this year then.
Yeah,
Unless Diesel reaches $10, then I'm not going.
yeah. Diesel
I may have to
reaches
start
$10. None of us are going.
fucking GoFundMe.
Yeah,
Pay
right.
for my diesel.
Go fun, go fast, don't suck. That's a fucking tongue twister.
There it is. Glockrell's got a Hampton.
Yeah,
I was right. It
Hampton.
did start with
Hampton.
an H.
Yeah.
Hampton, Maine.
So, what do you think about the range that we're having nationals at?
The one in Colorado?
Yeah, I haven't
I don't
been.
know. I haven't heard great things. Mainly the two biggest complaints I heard was it's really far away from an airport.
It's 3 hours away from the closest airport, being Denver
Right.
and Salt Lake City, which is retarded.
Right. And that its location is very rural. Like there's no hotels real nearby?
I have no
Is it bad?
idea.
I,
I haven't even
I
looked at
wasn't
that
told it was
part.
I wasn't told it was as bad as Frostproof, but I was told it was a travel to get to the hotel.
Honestly,
I mean,
what I'm more worried
other
about is we're having it at a time of year in the mountains where we could literally have a fucking blizzard in the middle of nationals, and if that happens, like you're gonna have a lot of people pissed off because they're not gonna be able to shoot nationals because there's a fucking blizzard. People can't just wait for a blizzard to pass by and be like, "Oh, now
yeah.
we can go shoot nationals." No, they took off work to go be there.
Well, not only that, but all the money's spent, and there's no
Yeah, you
there's
fucked
no
that
other
duck all the way up.
yeah. And I know that's happened once in recent history where the match couldn't happen because of a hurricane. So
Yeah, and I mean, I've heard the range is dope, But at the same time,
Yeah,
like,
the
then
traveling to the match,
changes the date.
huge factor.
Yeah, dude, being 3 hours from the closest airport, that fucking sucks, bro.
That
And little snippet for everyone listening, Charlie Perez told me, do not fly into fucking Denver, fly into Salt Lake City, because Denver, you have to get to the range driving through the mountains, and they close that mountain off all the time. So people are going to fly into Denver and not fly into Salt Lake City, and they're going to get fucked possibly if they close those roads. So flying to Salt Lake City, Utah, it's the same drive, and drive that way because there's no mountains you got to pass through. So little tidbit for everybody.
yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens. I mean, I'm really hopeful the match goes off without a hitch. I know multi gun went off pretty well. I know World Speed Shoot was all right. I haven't heard a lot of complaints about World Speed Shoot related to the match at all. I mean, it's really hard to mess up a Steel Challenge match, but I mean, there you go.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I expect they're learning and doing better each time.
Yeah, I'm
So
almost
it's a
positive they are.
new location for them. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, we'll see.
So is that the only one you're going to is low cap?
No, I'm going to low cap. I'm going to open. I may make an appearance at Carry Optics if I can get a slot. I don't know.
What are you gonna shoot?
Brian
Carry
CZ.
optics. Brian CZ.
Closest thing to a 2011, baby. It's the same gun. It's a 2011, basically.
Basically, yeah.
It's a
Those
59 ounce, 1 pound trigger.
double
Gorgeous.
single action.
Yeah, 2 pound
Man.
double action, 1 pound single action. Smooth as a baby's bottom. It's easy.
Yep.
But
I
what
think the
what matches are you shooting this year? And while you tell the
shit.
people, I'm
I
gonna text off ring.
feel like I need to. Okay. Matches I'm going to this year. Next up is Area 8 Steel Challenge, and then uh, the Mid Atlantic Section Championship up in Onalani, and then I'm doing a Staten Island match, and then I think after that is the Falling Steel match up in New York, and
I've never
then
shot a
Trident.
falling steel match. Is it cool?
Well, this one is like I've never seen so much fucking steel. These guys have a ginormous stockpile of steel, and it's like they're falling plates, but they're on most of them are on like the stand. So when you knock them off, they don't fall on the ground; they slide down the stand. Then you just walk over and pick them up, and it locks back into place.
Oh, that's
So
kind of
it's
cool.
it's convenient and it's a lot easier. But so that match is different than any other match I'm doing this year because it's like a public match, so it's not USPSA, it's not a sport. So what you'll have is like Joe Blow coming over with his three cousins. They're all going to share the same gun and magazines, and so it's all like start with the muzzle touching the table type thing. Everything's 10 round magazines, and they've gotten great turnouts for it, and it'll be a super cool event to go and just uh, introduce the sport to people that have never shot sport shooting at all, like of any fashion. All they go into the range, pump a couple 50 rounds into a paper target twice a year, and they're like, "Oh man, I love shooting." Like, why don't
Yeah,
you come try it for realsies?
you need to come out to the HTX Tactical event next year.
Where?
It's here in Houston. It's the ATX Tactical Range Day. I set up the Atlas booth. It was right after Texas Open. Dude, we had over
Oh yeah,
750 people demo Atlases that weekend
holy crap!
in one day, bro.
That's
One
a
day.
lot of people just to show up to the range to.
Oh, there was like 1,000 people there, easy. They had
Yeah,
helicopter rides and helicopter flyovers and shit.
that's cool.
They had badass full auto bays with like
Nice.
legit sick ass full autos. It was a badass event, but they had Celsius, the energy drink, was there.
Yeah, they did. I was talking about Tough Mudder earlier, and that's an event they do
Yeah.
with Celsius too. So,
Celsius was there. They had badass catering. They had a snow cone machine or snow cone vendor. They had
oh
badass food
shit,
vendor. Dude, it was
you
dope.
should have told me about the snow cones from Jump Street. Maybe I would
I
have been
know.
there.
I know. But that'd be a good one you got to come to. I'll send you the info for next year.
All right, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
said, well, there's
there's a lot of
3.3
people.
million people in Houston, plus it's Texas. Yeah, it's like football out here, dude. You say, hey, we got guns. Everybody's like, hee haw, motherfucker, let's go.
Grab their lever action and they're out the door.
Fuck yeah, bro.
Oh,
No,
yeah,
yeah.
I think. All right then. Well, shit. Anything else on your to-do talk about list?
Uh, hmm. What would you say to USPSA um, funding arranged to hold all the nationals in a centralized location?
You're asking about USPSA buying a piece of property?
No, 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 no. That's not what I'm talking about. Finding a range
Mm-hmm.
that is in a good location, that has the
Mm-hmm.
land, and just saying, hey, we will pay to add X amount of bays and X amount of spots to have the right to hold these events on whatever dates we choose, X amount of times a year at this facility for X amount of time.
Mm. Let's see. Well, I think it's a good idea. I mean, as far as ideas go, sure. Executing it, especially in a time when we're already running into negative budget, I don't see it happening anytime soon if that's the road we go down. But I think there's, uh, I feel like I've had this conversation with people that are more in the know than like you or I, and it was more legal problems than what the sport
Well, yeah,
needs.
because they're just looking at buying a range. But if you're talking about investing money into a range, then you run into
Yeah.
the issue of what if the range gets shut down, blah 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 blah, all
Oh,
this other
oh yeah.
bullshit. But I don't know.
I don't know because
Don't ask me.
I
I'm
mean,
just a dumb fuck from Houston.
we spend a ginormous amount of money. When we say that, like, I put on a match at, say, Onalani Rod and Gun Club, and we'll pay $15 a shooter, right? When we hold a championship over there for the right to use the range. That's our rental fee basically for the event. Um, that's not what these national facilities that we run nationals at are asking. That's not even remotely close to what they have to spend to be able to use these huge facilities to hold a 24 stage, multi-day mat or, week long event. They're paying a lot of money. We're like, oh, we paid $6,000. How much could you guys possibly spend? And they're like, I don't know, like $20,000 is probably a number that is being spent, or more
20,
on
30,
top.
35,
And then
40. Yeah.
on top of that, we're storing, say, a Connex on that range the entire year. And I'm sure they have to pay, to store that there. A piece of property like that isn't going to let you do shit for free. It's a business.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a different thing. If we could find more clubs that are developed to a point where we could hold the nationals. I mean, honestly, this is probably going to be a really unpopular opinion, but I think things are, I don't say getting carried away. I want to say like the amount of stages, the amount of we talk about how much it costs to put these events on, but we're also far outside of the rule, even the rule book recommendations. So we have like your local matches are usually about 5 to 6 stages, and then you go to a section match and you're expecting something like 10 to 12 stages, and you go to a level 3 and now you're looking at 12 to 18 stages maybe, and now you're looking at nationals being like fucking 24, 26 stages. It's like holy shit, that's a lot. That's a lot of shooting, and it's like maybe the event doesn't have to be that big to be able to test a national competition against each other. Maybe it doesn't need to be 24 stages over 3 days. Maybe it can be 18 stages over 2 days, and call it that being the national event. Yeah, I mean, I love shooting. That's the whole reason we play the sport. And if you're going to pay a fee and go spend it, why not have more stages? But holy shit, the amount of money that it costs to have an extra 6 stages worth of staff is ridiculous. That's a lot of that's a huge expense. You want to know why it costs so much more to run nationals than it does an area championship. Area championship is like normally 12 to 14 stages. I have not, I said 18, but I've never seen an 18 stage
Me either.
area match, right?
It's 12 to
So
15 usually.
you go 12, say, so let's say use the high number, 15. Now we've got 11 more stages of staff.
Mm-hmm.
11 more, that's what, 44 more staff members that you have to feed, house, transport. Holy shit, dude. That's a huge expense. That's another section match right there in staff alone.
Yep.
And you want to know why is it so much money is being spent? It's not a mystery, guys. Look at the fucking look at what it costs us to run help out, be the staff coordinator for your section match and see how much money goes into putting housing and taking care of the staff properly.
It's unreal.
Yeah.
And if you're going to do that, if you're going to do these giant nationals, that's where that's where I like the idea of consolidating divisions. Less nationals. No, I'm talking about strip that motherfucker down.
Okay, so isn't PCC carry up? PCC Open's all in one. PCC Open and Lincoln
there's a way to do 2 national events.
3 nationals?
I think 4 or 5. There's like 5. Right?
Yeah. Well, you're counting 2-gun and multi-gun. I'm talking about including PCC now, but the main USPSA sport. But we're talking about cutting that number down, and we're also saying less nationals, right? But there's a whole nother group of people that are saying, hey, we need to start having shotgun nationals to help support the IPSC, the people going to play IPSC. We don't have shotgun qualifiers.
Nobody will show up.
There are people that want to shoot IPSC qualifiers and they can't because we didn't have one. Like the hell. But yeah,
one of them, I forget what match counts as a shotgun qualifier, but one of them does.
It's multi-gun.
Yeah. So go shoot multi-gun. Quit your bitching. What, we're gonna have a whole nother nationals for 15 people to show up? Fuck you.
Maybe shotgun will be the next best division in USPSA.
No, it won't. There's a way to get it to 2 national events. Irons and optics.
Sure.
Ironside and optic nationals.
4
and ideally
divisions?
And ideally you can do it back to back.
Yeah, people keep saying back to back is awesome, but back to back they've never tried to staff those matches. So it's probably less awesome when you're actually trying to staff those matches.
Well, if you could do back to back in fucking 5 days.
Okay, but if you want all retired staff members, back to back is going to be a dream. If you want younger shooters to come and to come and help run those matches, then you need to stop expecting these matches to be 2-week long events because they just can't take the time off work to come volunteer at a match like that.
Yeah. That's where I like the idea of consolidating divisions. I think we should have high cap irons, high cap optics, or high cap iron, low cap iron, high cap optic, low cap optic, and then you're open and limited. Done.
I like the way they mix and match them. I mean, the way that they're responding to the popularity of the divisions, I think is really healthy. I think Carry Optics having its own division this year, considering how Carry Optics has blown up, is a great idea.
Yep.
It's absolutely awesome. It'd probably be cooler if those guys, just came and played in another thing. But I mean, they're filling up. They're filling up. You're going to completely fill up a national level event with one gun
and still lose money. And still lose money.
Point.
Yeah, exactly. So what's the fucking point if we're losing money? Yeah.
Because that's what all those IPSC guys do. It's all cash. And the other thing about the IPSC crowd is it's all like, it's mostly wealthy people that play the sports.
Shrek, his shirt is orange, mine is red, you colorblind fuck.
Oh my God. I'm so Shrek. No, Jesus. He's the red shirt. He's the one that's gonna die when we go down to the planet. No,
yeah, probably.
They're mostly rich people that play the sport. They're mostly tied politically as far as the sport goes, just to have a range in the first place, because they're not exactly like, they don't have our freedom of firearm ownership as much as we do. So, I mean, hell, if you look at what is it, Britain, they have IPSC. What do they call it? They call it
It's like
IPSC
the
shotgun or something
airsoft.
like that. Well, they do airsoft. Almost all the countries will do airsoft that can't have firearms in the first place. But Britain also has IPSC shotgun. And it's just like completely dedicated to shooting shotgun events. It's pretty cool. I've seen some videos watching those guys. It's awesome. And all of their 22 pistols have like because they have to be like rifle length, so they got like this wire that sticks off the heel of the gun, and it looks like there's a suppressor on the pistol, but it's not a suppressor. It's like a barrel extension to make it legal to own. So those guys run around shooting and reloading and stuff. It's wild to watch. And they're always in
Sound,
bunkers. They're always in
sounds
like underground
sound
bunkers.
sounds like they should have fought for their fucking freedom, like we did. Fucking losers.
Yeah. We fought for our freedom against them. Remember that?
Yeah, well, maybe they should have jumped on our side. Maybe we should have been like, "Fuck this old bitch. Let the queen and kings die."
Yeah. But yeah, good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah. You got anything you want to talk about?
That's it, man, dude. We've talked about way more fun shit than I thought we were going to talk about.
Yeah. Who are you gonna vote for?
Nope. This has been empty for like an hour. Nope.
Right.
I'm voting for one of the four candidates, and I'll have them
Why do you
all on
think
to talk about them.
Why do you think I bought a fucking
My bottle's
gallon of
been
water
empty.
over here? It's like a 2-liter bottle.
I thought this was a lot when I picked it up.
So she said.
She was wrong. She was wrong.
She was sorely mistaken.
I can't wait to get you home and disappoint you.
Oh, yeah. I'm about to hit you with 3 inches of thunder.
Snap. It says snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah, it's down to 4. So who are the candidates? I don't even know. I know Yeeman, and I guess Steve Moneypenny
I thought we
now.
said this already. So yeah. Oh, we left off at Steve. Well, no, we talked about it. Bruce Wells and
Oh, yeah. I know
Mike
Bruce.
Mike Shadaloff.
I know Bruce. Bruce is already an AD.
He's Area 6's area director.
Yeah.
Yep, that was funny. I had my booth set up at Carolina Classic last year, and Bruce came over. He's like, "Hey, will you sign my petition for the USPSA presidency?" And I'm standing in my booth, mind you. And I was like, "Do you know who I am?" And he was like, "Oh no, man, I really don't." It's like, I mean, I'm going to sign your petition anyway because I want everybody to
Lost
run
my
that wants to
vote
run.
right there.
I want all of you to run anyway, so let's go. I was like, I'll sign it if that's what you need, but I mean,
If you
as
don't
far as
know
like,
who the Bill Duda is, you are not tapped into. That's scary.
oh, he knows who I am now. I was out there hugging on his wife and his mother-in-law and everything.
Hey, easy, man. Easy. That is a respectable Christian family.
They are very respectable, and they told me they're like,
Good
"Oh,
guy.
man, they're like, you're such a good person." I was like, whoa. I was like, hold up. First off, quiet down.
That was the first time I spent a lot of.
Reputation.
That was the first time I spent a good amount of time with Bruce. Was Area 6, and I like him a lot as a person. I love him to death. And he was like, "Man, I got much more respect for you now that I've actually met you." I'm like, "Then you were not paying attention, Bruce. The fuck is wrong with your judgment?"
I was like, I don't know where you heard that about me, but
I said, I wanted to be like, "Bruce, if you want to win this election, buddy, do not tell people you like me."
See, that was your chance, man. You were like, yeah. So about that major power factor.
Oh no, yeah, no. I've already emailed all those guys. I'm sure they're
Could have been
tired of hearing
whispering in
from
his
me.
ear and giving him a little reach around or something. I don't know.
Listen, if you want my vote, you got to be down for the single action and the lower power factor, all right? This just is what it is, baby. Even though they can't do shit about it anyway.
So,
the president can't. The president can't make those changes. Like, I don't know why I even care. The president can't really make any changes. I don't think.
No, well, that's the thing is, no, they can't. Well, the changes they can make are more like about the Nationals event or
Oh,
like
hold on. Be
guidance on.
careful. USPSA Insights is in here. I don't want to end up. I don't want to
Oh
end up
shit,
on his page.
I haven't exactly. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. It
I'm
was
not
funny because
either.
one of the
Although
USPSA
he is
Insight
doing
posts.
some of the Lord's work.
Well, some of the stuff that had come up one time, it was a bunch of like all these edits and this stuff. I was like, hey, I was like, I don't know why exactly, other than because the way the postal match works. I was like, but every one of the stages in your last set of email in your last set of spreadsheets was a postal match stage. So because we get, I think it was like the timeline of edits or something like that, and it was because the postal match we get the match being turned in over a 3-4 month period.
Yeah.
So for there to be a 4 month spread in the time of a score is not that big of a, it's not that amazing of a thing for the postal match. So
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, he brings up some spicy shit where I'm just like, oof.
yeah,
Speaking of unpopular opinions with single action carry optics and weak
Jesus,
power factor.
oh my God, why does everybody want to keep talking about it?
My wife just ran in here in not enough clothes and grabbed something.
Well, that would spice up this podcast a
I
lot if they
know,
have her
right?
come back.
I should have just turned around and be like, titties.
Are you still
Uh,
are you still redoing this, and like you send it to YouTube? Do you also still send it to a videoless podcast?
what do you mean?
This live, you record it and then send it to YouTube. Do you also send it to the you were
Yeah,
sending it as a
it goes
podcast?
on. It goes on all podcast platforms. That's where it gets the majority of its viewership, like
Is
98% of it.
people just listening to it so they don't have to look at our faces?
Yeah, exactly. The
Yeah, I don't
YouTube
blame
doesn't
them.
get much. YouTube doesn't get much, but YouTube, me and YouTube have had a long relationship of hatred. I think they've got me black flagged. But dude, the downloads though, I mean, it gets listened to a fuck ton.
Nice.
I look at the download numbers and I'm like, there's this many people that want to listen to my dumbass talk?
Yeah, we're all pretty surprised.
Dude, trust me. I tell people the download numbers and they're like, fuck off. And I'm like, for real, dog, look. And they're like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm telling you, bro. I'm actually getting paid to do this now. It's kind of awesome.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. A couple people are actually paying me to do this. Can you believe it?
That's actually pretty amazing.
I
Look at you
know.
blush. Look at you blushing. It's like
I'm so,
your own
so.
personal OnlyFans where you don't have to show your feet.
Oh, I know. I have great feet, though. I definitely could. Honestly, I thought about starting an OnlyFans and posting pictures of my feet and passing it off as women's feet. They'd be like a masculine chick, you know? Like masculine chick have feet pics too, and then just fooling a bunch of guys into buying them.
I'm gonna. Oh, hold on. A dog in my lap. Yeah, I'll do it. And all right, tongue. No, I'll do it. But I got like hairy knuckles and shit.
I do too. I'd have to shave them. I'd have to shave them. Like I'd have to shave all the hair off because
You can't do
my feet look like Robin Williams' hands.
Stop trying to molest me.
Hey, that's my job, dog. Get out of there.
Ugh.
But
Ugh.
anywho, well, you want to wrap this shit show up, or you want to keep going?
Yeah. No, I got nothing much to talk. I haven't had anything to talk about for hours. Come on, man.
He's like, I've just been here, dude. All right. Well, for those who don't know, where can they find you?
GoFastDon'tSuck.net or GoFastDon'tSuck on Instagram, Facebook, and we're back on Twitter again. Slowly getting around to retweeting once in a while. So
Are you on Truth yet?
no,
Why not?
dude, I don't have the time for another fucking platform. I should look into it, but
Well, it's the one
I've
platform
tried.
I've posted a shit ton of gun content and not have one thing nerfed. It's quite nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's probably because the Donald owns it.
Yeah, it's all our people on there.
Yep.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
It must be
I
what
don't know.
liberals feel like
I
with
might
Twitter.
I might be gun shy after the what you call it, the other platform that got sucked.
Oh man, which one was that?
That
Oh,
was
I forget the name of it, dude. I got kind of popular on there for a second. Got real
it
pissed off when they schwacked me. And they schwacked the whole
Turnkey or
thing.
something. Somebody will remember what it was.
Yeah, it started with a P. Shit, I can't remember. But
Somebody will remember for us.
yeah,
Yeah, no, it was like had the whole pay feature and all that, and I was like, all right, well, let's put some money into it, and then it just died.
yeah, sucks. But anywho, well, Bill, I appreciate you, dog. Thank you again for coming on as always. I'm sure we'll start doing these again. I had the idea of doing a monthly roundtable discussion, but I don't think people will care about our opinions long enough to keep us going on that.
Well, I think we keep
Parlor. God, there it is.
We keep having the same opinions over and over again, right?
I know. All right, tell me what you think about this. Tell me what you think about this, Bill. What if once a month we did a podcast episode, me and you co-host it, because our opinions are a total opposite of each other most of the time.
A lot of the time.
Yeah, so what if we do that and we just bring on random people the whole time? Not our buddies, but just random viewers. Bring them on, ask them questions, hear their opinions.
I'm a full-on attention whore. Just
call them fucking retards, ridicule them, belittle them, and then kick them off when they try to rebuke.
And then, have to defend the guest that actually agrees with one of our opinions against the other person.
Yes, dude, that's what I'm talking about. That'd make for some great fucking podcast stuff, dude. You want to start doing that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right,
I'm a glutton for punishment.
All right, we might have to. All right, yeah, I think that's going to be a thing.
Who's our first guest going to be?
Whoever wants to join on.
We gotta find something. We gotta find something good. Get somebody that's not maybe respectable. Try to bring them back down to our level for 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, we should definitely do that. Yeah, we should get like a JJ on here.
Oh my god!
Start making dick jokes and stuff. Make them real uncomfortable.
I don't know. See. Yeah, I don't think JJ would be uncomfortable with that. I think his allowed responses maybe
exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because I make dick jokes to him all the time in person. He's got some great comebacks, but I think when it's live and there's sponsorship at risk, he might just be like, "Oh, you know what? My internet connection's bad, guys. I don't know what's going on. I gotta go."
He's stuffing his face with donuts.
No, but yeah, I think we need to start doing like a monthly. We got to find a catchy name for it.
No, Jesus, does it have to have a name?
Yeah, it's got to have a catchy little name.
Might as well have a logo. You'll probably start a whole new business out of it. That's how it happened for me.
No. The Bangin Brass Podcast has already got its own thing. It'll still be the Bangin Brass Podcast. We can do co-host by Go Fast Don't Suck. We can do some branding shit in there too. Hey, you've got an apparel line, so do I.
Yeah, we'll do something. Let's get something going.
Hey man,
once a month is.
I need to start selling my shit on your website.
Well, we've done that with a lot of different people. So we've got some Kita stuff. We got some Barber stuff, some Tim Herron stuff, some Anderson shooting stuff. Who else?
Yeah,
I feel like I'm leaving somebody out.
I have to play around with that a little bit.
Yep. Busting balls.
Busting balls on Bangin Brass.
Could be big ass balls.
Hey, yeah, definitely. You better bring a fucking big hammer, buddy.
Wheelbarrow and cart them bitches off.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, we'll talk about that offline. We'll make it happen. But dude, I appreciate you coming on, man. This was fun.
No, not a problem. Love you, buddy. Take
it
easy.
Love you too, buddy.
All right. Take it easy.
Later. Bill Duda, everybody. Go Fast, Don't Suck. What a fucking champion. This podcast, I don't know. This was kind of just impromptu. We just decided, hey, we're gonna do a little podcast to talk about some of the A3 stuff and then some of the board stuff, and then it kind of went off the rails a little bit. But that tends to happen when Bill gets on the podcast. We just kind of go off into our own little world. But I like the idea of bringing on a bunch of random people. If you like that idea, let me know, because I think we're going to make that happen. But thank you guys for lasting this long. If you lasted this long, you're a true fucking champion. I appreciate you. And, y'all make this possible, and make the people who are paying to have this happen actually cut the checks. So thank you for that. And if you wonder where I'm going to be, I am going to be at Dragons Cup this upcoming weekend, next weekend, and then Low Cab Nationals after that, and then I'll post my full shooting schedule on Atlas Gunworks website as well as my own social media page. So if you want to come see me at a match, come up, say hi, spit in my face, call me a piece of shit, whatever you want to do. All the love's necessary. Love and hate, I enjoy them both. So anyway, come say hi, don't be a stranger, and I'll see you on the range.